What up, bitch? Head on over to tpublic.com. Head on over to tpublic.com/user/Toby-Davy.
That's gonna kill me.
Head on over to tpublic.com to check out all the shit we just made for you guys. There's a lot. We got fucking t-shirts. What else we got, Toby?
We got masks. We got spinach for your ass. We got Toby Davy shirts, our face emojis. We got pot leaf shirts, loose beats, play dead, D&T shirt.
Yeah, we got everything you
else.
want. We got fucking pillows with our faces on them. We got goddamn notebooks, so if you want to fucking take notes and shit,
Yeah.
we got those too. They're all over on tpublic.com/user/Toby-Davy. So head on over there and peep the shit, get some shit. Everything's on sale at the moment, so do that. Love you.
That's the ad.
End ad.
End ad.
Pretty seamless. Hello, everyone.
Hello. I was thinking about doing a false start on you, but making it really emotional.
Okay, like
I mean,
how
like,
so?
it's not all about you, Davey. There's
Okay, no, but I
didn't
can't
like
help
it.
but be so selfish. I mean,
Oh, hello.
I am my favorite person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of those false starts.
Oh, you don't like them
I don't
anymore?
like 'em.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to do it to stop it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and I mean, like, and I was waiting. I was waiting for something.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
I was going to get you
that
back, but I
now
pulled back.
Yeah. So now I don't even have to deal with anything.
Yeah. Accept it yourself. No, that one was a real thing.
It was real. I'm very selfish.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of
I
the
just
most
wanted
selfish
people to
people
know.
you'll
So
ever
now I
meet.
actually have done it. The world knows now.
Yeah, well, and that's not a false start. You're just selling me out.
Yeah.
There's a difference between it
There's
being a
some
joke.
Extra room under this bus.
Yeah. Come on, Toby. Get on under here with me. And if you guys can see that we are both wearing each other's faces.
Yeah,
These mics are-
gag.
Look at that. Look at this gag. It's not really a gag. We paid for these. It's not
Well, it worked.
But
It
yeah,
landed.
We got some merch from over on tpublic.com. You guys saw that intro video, and we'd appreciate it if you go over there and buy some merch. But maybe get the more higher quality merch, because these shirts did not get printed very well, and I was very upset with TeePublic.
Yeah. We're probably going to change it to where you can only get the high quality. We want you guys to get the
Right.
good stuff.
So we love you guys. Please go check out all of our merch on tpublic.com/user/Toby-Davy. Get a Toby shirt or get a Davy shirt and wear,
Or some spares for your ass, as you saw,
or get the one with both of our faces on it, so you don't have to make one of us feel bad.
Yeah, because, if you send it to one of us and the other one's not in it, we're going to get upset.
Because Toby's going to
Really
feel
upset.
real bad because you guys are just going to buy Davy shirts.
Yeah, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, he's like, ain't nobody want a Toby shirt? Ain't
What
nobody
the
want this
fuck?
fly-ass monocle
No,
Toby
but
shirt?
my mind would twist it to, everyone wants to be Davey so they could be Toby's friend.
There you go. There you go.
I would make
that's
it
actually a lot
work
better.
somehow in my head.
Well, yeah. Because when you were saying that I was selfish.
Or they would want to be Toby, and I'm wearing a Davey shirt.
Oh,
So it could be-
right.
it could
so
be a
they're,
lot
they're
of things.
cosplaying as Toby.
Yeah, wearing you on their
Yeah.
shirt.
Well, because that's what you do.
That's 2 layers right there.
That's good. Y'all send us your pictures of you cosplaying as Toby. That'll be great. That'd make me
You're
laugh.
just trying to sell your shirts.
Yep.
Because now it's
Because-
going to be a thing. Once people do get them, we're going to keep count.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
going to see who wins.
Uh-huh.
But again, I'm going to make it to where I win no matter what because of the reason they got it.
Well, I mean, that's the best way to do it, isn't it?
Just manipulate
Surprise,
things.
motherfucker.
Yes. Look at that. Long time coming.
Now we have some sounds.
Some sound
We have
drops.
a couple sounds, and this one's my favorite.
Iridocyclitis.
It's so good.
What is that?
It's a little Indian boy in a spelling bee. And that was just because there was
What's that word mean?
Iridocyclitis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's find out.
It just sounds goofy to you. That's why you did it.
It's fucking hilarious to me, is what it is, Toby. It's not just goofy. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
I don't even get the joke. He said it right?
Yeah.
So you're just proud of this boy.
Yeah, I'm
I
proud
think
of
that's
this
what it
little
is.
Indian boy. Iridosis colitis is an inflammation of the iris, the colored part of the eye.
I was gonna say if it was the whites of your eyes, it could be red eyes.
Yeah.
That
So
would
if
have been
we'll come over here and we'll show
appropriate.
you guys the iridosis colitis vine.
Oh, it was from Vine.
Yeah.
Is it just his mouth the way he does it?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at this boy?
Because it's funny. It's just funny to
I'm
me.
proud of this boy.
You're proud of
I
him.
don't
He's come a
understand.
long way. Do you
What the
understand
fuck?
that this boy grew up in the slums?
We don't know anything about this boy.
Yeah, I
but
really don't.
yeah, Davy's showing his true colors.
What are my true colors, Toby?
I don't know. You assume things about people. It sounds like
Isn't that what everyone does? Doesn't
Yeah, deep
everyone
down.
just assume?
people profile. You know.
People are just
That's how we get
judgmental of
trained.
everyone
Yeah,
these days.
comes from a place of hate. You
Oh
know.
man, it's a late one, guys. We're
Yeah,
getting
this is a
started.
late
It's almost
night.
10 o'clock at night. We've never done a podcast this late. We've gone later than this, but we've never started a podcast this late. Toby, what do you think about my goatee growing in? You like this?
Yeah.
You think it's a good look? Me actually, because I finally started to grow enough hair to connect it.
Okay.
So I'm working real hard. You see those
I
5
like
hairs?
your devil look though.
You do like
too.
so you do
I
like
mean, it's
the
pretty
stash
nice.
and the soul
The
patch.
full goatee. I don't know.
You don't know yet.
You'll start
I'm gonna have
looking
to
a
give it-
little.
I'm gonna have to give it a
I
little
think
bit more
it'll
time.
look a little weird.
Okay.
The full
Do
goatee.
you think I'm gonna grow it out to a point? Though?
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna keep the devil look. I always have to keep a devil look. There has to be sharp angles on my face, or I look soft.
Shout out the devil.
Shout out to the
Cocaine.
devil.
We're doing shout outs earlier
Yeah.
today.
We
We
were
got to keep collecting those.
we were gonna have our good friend Greg on the podcast tonight, which is why we waited. I mean, you guys have
Yeah.
no fucking clue. This comes
Who
out on
cares?
8 a.m. on a Tuesday, so you guys have no fucking idea what's going on. But we were gonna have our good friend Greg on.
Yeah, we'll have him on soon.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. He just a great guy, positive guy, a fellow psychonaut and
Yep.
ex-grower.
Yep.
And just a good dude.
He was our first fan. He was the first person who
I
ever
will
just
say that.
liked us as a duo.
Yeah, and he's like, you guys together just have some magic.
Yeah, and
But that was when we were like playing acoustics around campfires, hitting on people's girlfriends.
yes,
That's what we were
Toby,
doing.
don't sugarcoat it. We were fucking other people's girlfriends.
I mean, yeah, with dude, imagine how douchey we were, dude. I mean, just for the fans, just imagine we would roll up every party.
Yep.
Acoustic. We got them already strapped
So
up.
first of all, we
Not-
are the guys at the party with the guitars that you hate.
So there's one.
First of all, we're those guys. Do we show up with our own booze? No. And if we
Yeah.
did, it was half drank, and we're not
Yeah,
letting
and it's
anybody
liquor,
touch
and
it.
it's mine.
Yeah.
It's in my backpack for when I need it.
For when I need it. Yeah, so we were definitely.
And now sometimes we come with drugs, but they're for sale.
Yeah, those
They're
drugs
not
were
for
for
fun.
sale.
They're not for people to enjoy.
And if we gave them to you for free, that meant we wanted something.
Yeah, nothing comes for free in this
nope,
life.
nope.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Yeah, so let's get our acoustics out.
Yeah, we'll just be these guys again. We'll set this table on fire. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a wild episode because this is our chaos episode. That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
Everything's chaotic.
So I guess so. I guess that
Yeah.
is the best way to throw us into the episode about chaos. Was the way it started was pretty chaotic. Because
Yeah.
when I got here, at what, like around maybe a little before 8 o'clock.
1 p.m.
I got here a little before 8 o'clock, and you were like, Greg's gonna come, and I was like, okay, that's already a little chaotic because I didn't know, because with our
Yeah.
new setup, we didn't know how it was gonna work with getting another.
What
Another
we're gonna
body
do is
in
just
here.
like hot seat these people.
Yeah, we're gonna put them like dead center, or we're gonna be able to, like, at some point we'll maybe move it out. We'll maybe move our
Yeah.
table. We'll figure something out. We may go a different kind of route at some point to get some other people in here.
Yeah, because imagine if we had 2 guests. It's gonna be weird. They'll have to sit in our laps. That'll be the thing.
Well, what I've thought about doing is moving us
our
to the
children.
corner, getting another kind of table that can shoot off the side of this one, and like you and I being
Get a
at
corner
each
shot?
at each side of the table there, and being able to have someone beside each of us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That might be a decent way to go in the future. But for right now, this is what it is.
What kind of people you want on here? I want to get somebody that is unsuspecting of what we do and what we're about.
Okay, so
Like, I'd
someone
like-
that would be like terrified once they walked in the door. Like, oh my God, you've got clothes hidden under the chairs.
Maybe not that, but maybe just shocked. And like, we don't tell them about. I mean, they're gonna know though. It's in the name.
Yeah, they're gonna look and they'll be like, "Oh,
Drink and
you brought me
okay.
here to be on a podcast."
Well, yeah, they'll know that far. I mean, like, I just don't want them to know us very well.
Oh, so
Like,
you want
I
to
wanna
get a
get, like-
stranger?
Like,
you wanna
yeah,
ask
stranger,
a stranger.
off Craigslist, but
Okay.
he's a high school professor of ethics.
Okay, so we
Are
want to
there
get
ethics classes in high school? Probably not.
Dude, you been watching Hoops?
No. What's that?
Really? Hoops. Hoops is a new cartoon on Netflix. It's got our favorite guy from New Girl playing this like fucking
Who's
really
your
shitty
favorite guy?
Jake Johnson.
Who's he?
He was the trashy dude from New Girl.
Oh, like the main
Yes.
love interest
Yes.
or whatever.
Yeah, he's like this
the slob.
Really,
But that slob was so. I mean, to me, that guy's like got it
his shit
together.
Yeah. But no, he plays this really shitty high school basketball coach.
Oh,
and
okay.
like it is like super dirty the whole time. He's just like talking about fucking and like just
The kids?
no
to the
like,
kids.
Yeah, he's like and like the very first episode, like the kids lose the game and they're like, well, what's your bang bus password? And he's like, I'm not giving you the fucking bang bus password because that's for winners. Bang bus is for winners. And they're like, we don't give a fuck. We want it now. And so he's like, all right, it's boobies, but with like 10 O's. So boobies. And it's funny.
pretty good.
It's really good. I think you should get into it because there's one episode where they're trying to trick an ethics professor to give one of the kids on the basketball team a good grade.
And it's a cartoon?
It's a cartoon, yeah.
That's why they can get away with it being kind of crass, right?
Well,
'Cause
even then, it's
you
like
can't look at a child in the face and say boobies even anymore.
well, because it's grown men voicing these young, these supposed to be like 16-year-olds.
yeah.
Um,
You know what that reminds me of? Boobies. Reminds me of.
First of all, let's backtrack a little bit. The word boobies, I'll tell you what it
Great
reminds me
word.
of.
But actually, yeah, I mean, besides boobies themselves, me and Zena both have been getting into Wheeler Walker Jr. Do you like his stuff?
Wheeler Walker Jr.
He's been on YMH a few times.
Okay.
And he's like the country star that country stars wish they could be because he's really crass.
Okay.
Like, if you haven't heard of him, we'll listen to this song right now.
Okay.
Type in "drop 'em out." I'm gonna see if I can remember how it goes. It goes, "Drop 'em out, let me see them titties, let me take a look. Those tig old bitties, areolas looking pretty, areolas looking nice, nipples looking real pretty." Come on.
Okay. All right. Well, here it is, y'all.
Nipples looking real pretty. Come on, let me gander at your boobs.
Okay. Ham hockers. Love it.
They're at your boobs. Yeah.
Nice.
Bounce
That's
'em
what's up.
Smack 'em around.
That almost makes me think that he's the guy that did the.
Listen to the. Boo.
Let me
It's those-
jizz them on your boobs. So let me see the.
Who does it remind you of?
Well, the theme song for Hoops is very. It's got that kind of like. That same kind of
Just
thing.
them on your boobs. I like. Let me take a gander at your
here's-
boobs. Oh, it sounds like him.
Yeah. About to lose
It
my
would
shit.
be very weird if this reminded me of him and it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sick of
gotta,
my
I
job.
gotta check
Sick of
that.
those
then.
damn kids.
So is it Hoops theme?
Yeah.
Let's see, because that sounds a lot like him. Hoops, the Rubens song? Wait, no, that's an Australian band. Hoops, how did I figure that out? Is it not in the
It doesn't say. Let's see if we can find out.
who made songs? Who made the theme song for Hoops? Because man, that he does that kind of crass brash.
Yeah.
Come on, let me gander at your boobs. It's just so good. He has such good writing, and he writes about what. Oh, maybe it's on their IMDb.
Maybe, but let's check Reddit. Reddit, no shit.
But he writes. Let's see. Sounds like Willie Walker Jr. Anyone know if it is?
Yep.
Is it? Oh my god! If it is, yep.
Oh, does it say it is?
Pop culture alter ego Willie Walker Jr. Oh wait, Kant. Writer and musician Ben Hoffman created the sitcom.
Yeah. So where do you see Wheeler Walker Jr. at?
Says with his pop culture alter ego, Wheeler Walker Jr. Maybe Ben Hoffman is the whole thing was created by him?
Does that blow your mind?
So he created this and did the theme song.
Yes.
And when you said hoops and boobs,
Yeah.
it made me think of him.
Yeah. Wow. That's weird,
And
right? And you've never seen this. You've never seen this
The
at
whole
all.
world is beautiful right
That's great.
now.
And like even like the character's name is Ben. So like he
Yeah.
wrote this show kind of about
wow,
himself.
he
So
did. Oh my god,
so what's his
my
name?
mind is blown.
Ben Hoffman.
I won't ever recover from what just happened.
Okay.
That is
so
straight
Ben Hoffman. Is this
beautiful.
the guy? Is this the guy
I mean,
that comes
now he
on?
wears glasses and has a big beard. So that might have been also knows his stage name, Wheeler Walker Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he grew out his beard
There
and
he
wears
is.
glasses all the time.
There he is.
Yeah.
So it's just a character. That's him.
Yeah. the country guy is okay. Wow.
That's really fucking cool. Okay.
We connect so much that we make the universe click together, you
Dude.
know?
Dude, but yeah, like I say, get on this show. It
Okay.
is so good.
That's pretty cool.
Because you're gonna binge the whole 10 episodes probably in a sitting, just because it all just flows really well.
Yeah.
Natasha Leggero
Yeah.
is in it. You've got fucking this is the show that Ron Funches is on now too.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's the
He's so nice.
the black best friend who's also the assistant coach who is fucking his wife.
Pretty funny.
He's like, she's not your wife anymore. She's my girlfriend. Stop fucking my wife, Ron.
They
So yeah, I was really pleased with this show. It honestly blew my mind. Like, cause like as soon as you start watching something like that, you're kind of like, meh, cause you've seen a shit ton of adult cartoons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we grew up with Family Guy and The Simpsons and stuff like that. So it's hard to take you by surprise or to really impress you in any way.
Yeah.
But this
seen the
just
best
being
and
about
worst of
a
it.
basketball coach, a high school basketball coach in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like it's
Something
pretty good.
I've never been able to find is Ron Funches. He calls his wife Robot, and I've always wondered whether his actual wife's name is Robot because he kind of keeps it under wraps. Her name, or like there's no like pictures really.
I bet her name's like Roberta.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They just go. I'm in
Have
my
you ever
head.
Googled what his wife's name is?
Yeah. And I'm sure you'll find it real quick. But I have actually gone on a little search. See, Ron Funches' wife comes up real quick.
Because apparently she's hot.
Yeah, he said she's really, really good looking. Let's see.
His son's got autism. We know that.
He got it from vaccines, bro.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Isn't that good? I kind of was laughing at I mean, my mom was kind of like that after a while because one of my friends got sick
Yeah.
from vaccines. I was kind of laughing at it until I heard like someone so sweet have to go through that because of their kids. Subjects: marijuana, video games, autism.
Yeah.
See, he kind of hides it, I
Weird.
think, because he doesn't want her to get blown up. But if she's hot and in the public eye,
That's
is that
right.
her? Ron Funches and let's say
Bianca?
Robot? No,
That's Natasha. No,
Tara.
wait. That's
Schuster.
Damn it, Ron Funches.
Dude, he's hiding his wife.
Why are you hiding your wife? Why are you hiding your kids and your wife, Ron Funches?
Hide your kids. He's doing it.
Those are words to live by, says Ron Funches.
Yeah. Maybe she's not like, doesn't want to be in the public eye or something. But he talks about her a lot, and he always refers to her as robot. Never slips up. And it's just if that is her real name, I'm fascinated and I love it.
Well, then couldn't you just Google robot Funches?
I think I've even tried that. I've tried to find her because I just couldn't believe.
It's like I'm trying to make a connection.
I couldn't believe because there's a bunch of pictures with him with different girls, and I have a feeling that none of them are his wife.
That's not it.
Like his exes.
He's big there, so that's before he lost his weight, and they just got married.
Yeah,
that might be her. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. What year? 2015? Nah.
Oh my God, Ron Funches.
He's hiding his wife. Robot.
Maybe
now
she
that's
is
my
a
question.
real robot.
That was my the joke in my head was like maybe she's a sex doll. Maybe she's a robot.
Well, I mean, he really is a good guy.
And
he seems
talks
like a
about
really
how hot
sweet,
she is, so I
genuine dude.
think he's just hiding her. He's like, I don't want no one to know. I don't even know about robot.
Well, because he even said on his Joe Rogan that he punched way above his weight class.
Yeah.
When he got her. Yeah.
Did he refer to her on Joe Rogan as robot?
I don't remember.
See, maybe he made up that name. Won't put pictures up of her. Won't take pictures with her. Now his Instagram I didn't check. Because I mean, come on,
you should have checked.
It's got to be on there.
You're like, because he would never.
He would never.
And he's got albums. He got
of
albums
him and
of
his
her.
family and shit, right? But even that, it's like I think people are getting smart. Like the H3 couple.
This episode of A Drink and a Joint brought to you by Bud Light.
Every episode. No, we used to mix it up a lot. We used to go out of the way and get special things.
Yeah, but that just nobody watching.
Tired.
There was nobody watching, and we were putting too much effort in for nobody watching. But now that we got people watching, still not going to put a whole lot of effort in.
Now is that his son with autism?
Yeah, that's his son.
Oh, so what he's gonna put? That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah,
she's just too hot for pictures. She's like a vampire. You can't take a picture of her or something.
That might be her.
2015 though.
That's not the 2015 photo. That's the 2015.
No, the
photo.
other one. Go back.
That also said 2015. Yeah, you're right. Damn, Ron
That's not
Funches.
her.
They haven't been together since 2015.
Oh, I don't know. They could have been dating a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would still count that as a punch up. So
yeah, so
maybe.
way to go. But anyways, yeah, I really enjoy him. I really enjoy his comedy. Y'all,
now
I know
it's a
that
conspiracy because he's created. Maybe he doesn't call her robot. Maybe robot is what he uses so no one can find her, and she's trying to stay out of the public eye.
Yeah, maybe her name
or maybe
is
she's not
Claire.
real.
Yeah,
maybe he hired that guy to act like he had autism.
Yeah.
I like to start conspiracies, not perpetuate them.
Yeah. So on the way over here, I was listening to the David Blaine Joe Rogan, and I know that we spend a lot of time talking about other podcasts on this podcast, but that's what podcasts
This is the
are.
podcast review podcast.
Yeah, the only podcast on the internet that talks about podcasts.
Yeah. That would be funny if that was our branding.
That would suck, man.
Well, a podcast review podcast. It's just like people watching Call of Duty and
I guess
laughing at it.
So I was listening to that, and I'm pretty sure David Blaine has brain damage.
What makes you say that?
Just in the way that he was putting his sentences together. He was rambly a lot, but not really saying anything. Just a lot of repeating the same kind of thing.
He was the punk rock
magician,
right?
Well, he's just
or was it? No, Chris Angel was the punk one.
Right.
David Blaine was the more goth one, right?
Well, his demeanor comes across as very just kind of chill and everything. But him being
was
on
he
Rogan,
goth,
he
or
was
he more professional Copperfield style?
No, so this is what David Blaine looks like.
Because I think I'm just mixing him up with Chris Angel because I don't like him. He seems like a douche.
This is David Blaine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, he's not the goth one.
Right. No, this is David Blaine.
He's just he's a classic magician.
And he was talking about being obsessed with Houdini when he was a kid. That's why he does all the physical stuff. That's why he did the whole thing where he was
himself in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean,
a near fatal stunt. See, that's how Houdini died, though.
Yeah,
the punch in the abs.
Yeah,
he used to be like, I can take any man on. Punch me in the stomach as hard as you can. Then, but internal hemorrhages and shit like that.
Yeah.
He had one too many, or maybe it was just that guy.
That guy punched the shit out of his gut.
The shit out of him.
He
Couldn't
did
handle
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, that's not a magic trick. That's just
No,
you're
a lot
working
of the
out,
stuff he
and
was
you-
even talking
you
about
learn
like,
how to take the hit. Right?
a lot of his stuff that he even says it's not a magic trick. It's just a trick. Like
it's an so he's an illusionist.
well, not even
No?
then. It's just like some of the stuff he does is like one thing he'll do is he'll like purge his system. Like he won't eat for a day and a half, so there's nothing in his stomach. Then he'll drink a gallon of water, so a gallon of water sitting in his stomach, and then he'll drink kerosene. That's how you do that trick where you spit up fire. So like he'll
He drinks it, lets it go into his stomach, and then pukes it out?
regurgitates it. He's really into regurgitation magic.
Porn? Regurgitation porn.
Yeah.
Really loves puke porn. This guy's weird.
You heard it here first. David Blaine loves puke porn.
I mean, what do you think
New
that
conspiracy.
stops on the show? You think that stops after the show's over? Nah, this guy likes puke.
But
Does he think it's amazing or something?
No, really,
Why
what
would
it
he-
is.
why
Well, I
is he
mean,
so
and
into
he's
throwing
even
up?
he's even talked about like how he's like damaged his body like permanently, basically. Because
Yeah.
there have been times where there was one time he fasted for 44 days, like no food, just water for 44 days, and he's like, I almost died, and he's like,
Yeah.
since then my weight just yo-yos. He's like,
He
either
fucked
like
up his body.
yeah, he's like,
forever.
I either like put on. He's like, my bone mass fucking dwindled.
Yeah, I
He's
feel like it's like 2 weeks that they say you can't go without food or something like that,
Well, I
even
mean,
with water.
Yeah, because your body starts to eat itself, like
Yeah.
bone marrow and
Oof.
shit. Like your body starts to like.
And
'cause
he thought this was cool?
well, it's
Was that the
to
near
him? It's
fatal
more
one?
about the pushing of yourself. It's a lot of that
Yeah.
mind over matter shit, especially when he was like in that ice block. He talks about that too, where he was like put in that ice block for like a week or something like that, and he's like,
Okay.
you
Yeah, I do
couldn't
remember
fall
that
asleep.
one.
He's like, I stood up. He's like, I had a catheter in. He was like, and you can't fall asleep. He's like, because if you fall asleep, you fall against the ice, and then they have to cut your skin off of the ice. He's like, so I'm awake. He's like, the whole
For how
time I'm
long?
awake. It was like a week.
Awake
and he's like,
and standing up?
and he's like, yeah,
Then
and he's
his-
like, the
yeah,
sleep
you-
deprivation. He's like, that's the thing that I will never fuck with. He's like, that's the thing that fucked me up the most. He's like, when they were coming in with the chainsaw to cut me out, I tried to grab it. He was like, I was that fucked up. He's like, I would hallucinate people coming up to me and telling me the time, like
inside the ice?
inside the ice. Because he's like, I would wait ever like so many hours, and then I'd ask somebody what time it was.
And he had the earpiece in or something.
So when someone, he said the thing that got him is that someone walked up and he asked them the time, and they said 4:04, and he was like, okay, and then he waited a few hours, and then asked somebody again, and they were like 4:03. So,
Yeah.
So
So
either
it had been a day, or he was hallucinating.
or he was hallucinating the
Or
person.
12 hours or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So,
So they
like
walked
it
through
fucked him
a
up.
ghost came alive. So no, maybe he tapped into something.
Pull the Klaus.
What? Maybe he tapped into something and like saw some paranormal being that could travel through ice and was just chilling with David Blaine.
Just
I'm
wanted
just
to tell him the
saying,
time. When
If
he needed
you're
it.
if you die and like come back to life, first off, the only people that could see you would be people that are sleep deprived. A lot of meth heads. You don't want to fuck with them.
Okay.
Like a lot of people that you're not trying to fuck with. David Blaine's away, or David Blaine's here right now. It's basically saying David Blaine's at the party to ghosts.
Yeah.
You don't think they come visit him a little bit?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that like being, because again, that is a state of that is a state of almost enlightenment, epiphany, something like that, because
I
you
could
are
definitely
pushing
say
your perception of reality to the brink. Like
Yeah.
you are not sleeping, so your brain has
but
not
you
had
go
time
lucid.
to stop.
You go hard lucid, but it's like unhealthy lucid because but see, that's the whole debate on whether hallucinations are like tapping into something or
Yeah.
if you're just going
Or you're making
insane.
things up. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, if you're because
there's still a possibility that everything that you believe in and outside of this world has just been your imagination.
yeah, because at that
So-
point though, if you can hallucinate anything, then everything could be a hallucination.
Well, that's even a step further. Because then, you're saying
Just in
that
general.
goes in- one of my favorite things was this, because I love the idea of mass hallucinations and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We've talked about this one before, I think, but one of my favorite ones was there was some town that they tested this in, and they did it with it was a stoplight. they told everyone in the city that they were putting up a stoplight and that it was being built and all this shit. And they perpetuated this lie for so long that the town accepted that a stoplight had been built and would stop and see it. Everyone would see it, follow the laws of it appropriately. And there wasn't a stoplight there.
So like they would stop, wait for it to turn green.
That's what I'm thinking.
And go.
But see, the
so
problem would be
everyone perceived it as
at the
red.
same time then, right?
Right.
Because they're like, because when you went, they would see it turn red. And so it would have to have been this mass, like, hive mind accepting of the stoplight. And
which is definitely possible.
I don't even know where I've heard that. I just
possible.
remember reading it in some LSD test book kind of thing. Like,
Man.
But see, those mass hallucinations, like, it's we've talked about that before too. If one person sees something that no one else sees, you're crazy. If 2 people see it, you're hallucinating. 500 people see it, then it's there.
Right.
You know, then it exists.
At that point, though, can you will it into existence? Was it like at the end of it? Was there actually
was there stuff? And the government didn't pay for it.
Right.
Are these tricks? Have they ever built a stoplight?
All stoplights are constructs of our imagination.
Yeah. So maybe, you know,
Well, fuck, man,
see what if road work is just a screen? We're perpetuating the idea of we're building over here.
We're coming for you, big road work.
Yeah, big road work.
We're calling you out.
Unions.
Yeah.
I ain't slamming on unions. They'll come at you.
Yeah, they'll pick it.
But no, see that just brought that.
This episode hadn't even come out yet. I can hear them picking it outside.
Yeah, they're mad. But that just made me think of the stupid idea of that one's never been talked about. I don't think. Yeah, let's get some joints going to this bitch.
Well,
but what if it's just a screen? Like people say, the skies can be a screen. You know, like they have a screen on the dome or some shit. A lot of people believe that.
That's the whole thing too of like, and airplanes don't exist. There's just fucking flat screen televisions as the windows,
and they teleport you.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't even really go
Oh,
anywhere.
well, you're hallucinating the new city.
Yeah, you're not really going anywhere.
Who's the people that are designing this construct? They would be a hallucination as well,
Right.
because they live in Chicago.
No one's real. I'm God.
And now we're back to, and for the first time, to where we will always be and have been, chaos.
Yeah.
And that's what our religion's about. And we're going to keep adding on to this for a few episodes. And we're going to build this new ideal of not a religion. Let's pull back. Let's not say that because I don't like that word.
No.
I get
Let's break
turned
it
off.
down.
You're religioning.
On.
Yeah. You live on. Yeah. You live on and then you do it again. You know, religion. Is it a legion as in like the collection of people? Like a legion
It can
of
be
men?
a religion. We are legion.
We are religioning. You know, we're getting together again in this life because we could have been together in a past life. That's what a religion is religioning. And another breakthrough on this episode.
Do you feel like we've known each other in past lives, Toby?
I don't even know if I believe that shit. It's definitely.
Have you ever had any kind of like?
But I don't believe in anything. So I think, considering the fact that we could be, let's go ahead and say that there is, for the sake of this conversation.
Yeah.
And would we have met each other? That's how I have to talk to myself.
Well,
would we have met each other if it exists?
Do you think that some people are drawn to each other, like our group of friends that we had, like?
Well, I will say some shit that brings up from back when I was like 16. Mm-hmm. There was like a really hard acid trip that I was on. Okay. And that was like probably the first time I ate like a 10 strip or so.
Yeah.
And I was with this group of people.
Which is a lot of acid, kids. A 10 strip is a lot of acid.
Yeah. It was such a hard trip, but depending on the mics, but this was good. And it was with these 4 people, and it was the first time I realized, so now we're getting deep. This is the first time, so let's see. Who is it?
Get it together, David Blaine.
Yeah, I got a lot of things running around this noggin over here. Knocking around my noggin, you know. So it was Carl Jung. Okay. So his
Jungian.
Yeah, look up his personalities. He's got, I think it's 7.
Oh, the archetypes?
Yeah, the archetypes. So this was the first time that, because I read that after this, and I think this was the first time I felt like I had met the archetypes, or not, maybe not the first time, but those 4 people. Let's see. How young? Oh, it measures
16.
Is
personality.
there's 16? Oh, okay. I was thinking there's less. Is there a test to figure out which?
So is this
Oh,
the one
okay.
you're talking about?
I never seen. I just read the book. I don't remember I like this wheel though.
Okay, so let's just get the image and then we'll
Let's
pop
see.
over to
We
it.
got let's start from caregiver. Okay, so let's start from the middle. We got provide structure. We got character archetypes that provide structure. The caregiver, the ruler, and the artist. Caregiver is best known for service, ruler best known for control, artist best known for innovation.
Yes.
Then we got a spiritual journey.
A spiritual.
Not a spiritual.
E-spiritual.
Yeah.
So you've got safety, knowledge, and freedom, and those are given to you by the innocent, the sage, and the explorer.
Ooh.
So the explorer gives you
The
freedom.
innocent
The
gives
sage
you
gives
safety?
the innocent
Because
gives you
they're not
safety.
trying to harm you.
Right, because there's nothing to. They're
The
innocent.
sage explorer. Huh.
And then
Now we've got let's see, on the leave a mark section. Oh, I like that. Those are probably the types I go for.
the outlaw gives you liberation. That's you.
Outlaw gives you liberation. I'm like, do it.
Yeah,
man.
you definitely are the liberator. You are a liberator because you push people past points. And what you do is you force acceptance onto people.
That's the devil's advocate shit. Because I'm like, oh, that's what you believe? Well, here's a bunch of reasons why you shouldn't believe that. I don't know what I believe.
Yeah.
Liberate them out of their state of mind and their comfort zones, things like that. We got the magician, which is power. Ooh, that's crazy.
You've
The
got
hero,
which is mastery.
mastery over things. Let's see, the connect to others one. Read them those.
Okay, so you've got intimacy, which is given to you by the lover. You've got pleasure, which is given to you by the jester. And then you've got belonging, which is given to you by the everyman.
Wait.
These don't make sense to
The
a degree.
everyman gives you belonging. So the archetype everyman gives you the sense of being a part of a group.
Right. But then wouldn't that
He
also
be a leader?
Yeah,
A
wouldn't
ruler of
that
types?
also fall into the ruler? No, because that's control.
That's the guy. Now, see, the ruler would be, so say we're talking about a religion, the ruler would be the pope or the preacher or whatever, and the everyman would be the guy sitting next to you that gives you companionship, or like, no, what is it?
Belonging, a sense of belonging.
Yeah,
It'll-
what is it called when you're like in your fellowship?
yeah, like a fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gives you a
brotherhood.
yeah, like we're on the same level.
Yeah.
We're not like him. We get it, you know? So he gives you that feeling. And so I remember this trip really well. And it was so designed like a commercial.
Yeah.
Like even while I was remembering it, I remember because everything, you know, I don't know, every trip's different, but it was just really heavy acid and shit. And so it's just like, I was feeling like everything was either commercial or set up to a joke against me.
Yeah.
And ended in a punchline of this, like, this thing led to this thing and this thing led to this thing. And then there's the focus point. It's hard to explain, but my mind was seeing in like Nike commercials.
Okay.
I can't
like that.
explain it.
Yeah.
But and so anyway, these 4 people plus me, so I guess we have 5 out of those 16 in this, and I saw the true archetypes of some people that I've had in my life over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were now I'm gonna try to
Let me
find
see
out,
if I can find a list of archetypes because I feel like that's a decent list.
was that how many he had though?
Yeah.
I was swearing there were 7 or something like that.
Well, I mean,
The 12 Jungian archetypes? I guess it was
It's
12.
that same
okay,
thing.
so it's 12, not 16. They might have added.
Oh, I kind of like.
Yeah, see
so
that,
you've got
but there's only 3 there, really. It's soul, the self, the ego.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, but you've got ego, self, and soul in all of these.
Yeah. But you know, so that was the first time that I kind of realized that, because I've been through a lot of friends. Been every new city I would go to, even if it would just be for a week or 2,
Yeah.
I would find those. To me, the only ones I could notice were the 4, because of that trip. because I really got to
Right.
know those archetypes.
And they kind of look the same too. Have you noticed that like so after a
No,
certain
they have same
age,
essences.
like after a certain age, the people you meet are just amalgamations of people you've already met.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. So
Yeah.
I started to notice those characters
Right.
and new groups of friends that I would meet forever. And I've kind of always had them. There was one that was kind of distant to me that was there for someone else at all times. It's like we were never close. My best friend was two of them. And one was the very loving, maybe he was the fellowship one, just because he was the loving hippie one of the group.
Okay.
I wasn't even the hippie. I was
So
the
even-
jester, tripster guy of the group.
So you would
know?
have been the jester giving enjoyment.
Jester or the outlaw, because I would have been that character in it. Because I mean, I wouldn't have been the artist in the archetypes, even though that's what I would pick for myself. Would be
Yeah.
innovating, because that's what I try to do. But if we're talking about in a group of friends, what role you would play,
Yeah.
I'd probably be the jester or the outlaw, liberation or enjoyment.
Right.
That's what I would bring to the group. And there was one, my other closest friend from the group was he was the nerd.
Yeah.
Like he was hyper intelligent. He could trump
Yeah.
all of us with mind games.
so probably creator.
The innovation. Well, that's the artist one. The ruler with control. See, I think he was definitely in the. Oh wait, see, there's the 4 though.
Yeah. The connect
Hmm.
with others, leave a mark on the world, yearn for paradise, or provide structure
See,
to the world.
and again, I would place myself in yearn for paradise
Yeah.
out of those.
So if we had
statements.
to put, because I would also say the same thing. So if we had to put us in there, I think I would be more towards. See,
I know you want to be the sage.
I do. You're right.
Is that
You
what
know,
you're gonna say?
Yeah. I was even gonna
Hey,
say
he
I
is
want
exactly
to be
opposite the
sage.
jester.
Yeah.
I will give you credit that if I was the jester and you were the sage, we would be kindred spirits across the board. But connect with others the way they put it, it doesn't seem right to me. You know, I like that other wheel. I like
The first one we were on.
yeah, leave a mark on the world. I like that too because we want a legacy.
Yeah.
And all of these archetypes will exist within your mind.
Right.
But we're just talking about like
So
within a group
technically,
of
all
friends.
people are made up of all
Yeah.
of these.
You have
but
these
there are
different parts.
there are certain aspects of you that
That
shine
yeah.
brighter when you're in a group of other people because
Yeah.
you can't all be the same.
Exactly.
So you have to kind of
And you-
change yourself and the way you
And not
you
even
do
change
things.
yourself. I think you find groups to where your strongest
you're
aspects. Yeah.
You fit into groups where you're missing.
Because you can't hang out with a bunch of yous, you're gonna get
Right.
pissed.
Yeah.
So you find groups and
Dude,
you're
I
like,
like
oh
this.
shit, they like me because I fit in and I fill an archetype that's not filled here.
Right.
Right. So if you think about the 12, you could think of a more distant group of friends.
Yeah.
Other than because I think back to that trip. So I think 4 to 5 kind of define. Wait, 1, 2. There were just 4. I don't know why I keep adding myself as a fifth. The mind was the 5th. So there were just 4 in that trip. That makes it so much crazier to me because that's the 4 middle.
Yeah.
You know, so if we had to put it down to that, my nerd friend
Yeah.
that was really smart would have provided structure.
Yeah.
I would have been on the spiritual journey one. I would have been the one tripping people out.
Right.
And like I'm there to get fucking high. And
Yeah.
like I'm there for the experience of it. Leave a mark would have been the guy I didn't talk to very much. And the connect with others was the loving hippie guy.
Yeah.
So these are my kind of I go back to that trip and they make sense, those 4. And then these characters are kind of built off of them. But oh man, it's so weird. So but when you put me over there, it's like safety, knowledge, freedom. I mean, knowledge and freedom, but my innocence though maybe it may have been something I fulfilled in that group because I was so I would allow myself to be looser than them,
But you have
which
to,
allowed this
Yeah.
this kind of innocence.
There is, I think, an innocence in being unabashedly yourself. Because the only reason that you have ever
See,
made
and now I'm splitting us up. I'm like,
Yeah.
mine personally feel like the journey, and the connecting to others, when you think about the everyman, jester, and lover,
Yeah.
and yours feel more like the providing structure, the artist, ruler, and caregiver,
Yeah.
outlaw, magician, hero.
Yeah. It's true.
So like I think we make an X there with like our, but yeah, sage and the jester, and then you, the ruler, me, the magician. That's control and power.
Yeah.
Wait, now I'm starting to see, because when they go across each other, when you're the artist, I would be wait,
You'd be
that's
the
on
hero.
your same side, right?
No. So you would definitely, because like teal and orange. Those are your colors for like movies and stuff. So you always want to go with colors across the spectrum from you. That's when they.
What's the
that's when they
T&D
sing-
colors? Leave a mark and innovation.
Yeah.
Everything has a meaning now.
Yeah.
It's close to that.
It is close. Leave a mark in innovation. That's
Leave a mark with innovation.
And we were drawn to those colors. You know what I mean?
Look, man, everything has a reason, apparently.
I mean, I like to live life that way. I like to, because if I didn't think that things didn't have a purpose,
You think you would act? No, purpose or see
a
mine is
reason. Okay, is there
Yeah.
a difference between reason and purpose?
yeah.
What's the difference between reason and purpose?
Well, you can find a reason to do something without purpose.
Okay.
So there's at least one difference between them. I mean, that's a start to finding the definition. So let's do so we had an older group of friends. We're gonna put everybody on blast. Let's think about our older group of friends, the last like close group of friends we had.
Okay, which one's Gable?
Gable.
Gable
Dude,
is-
he texted me the other day and I was like, man, God, I miss you. He didn't say anything.
He let me know that he was in town. He was like parked outside my house for a minute, apparently.
Oh.
And he was like, you do not live at the same house. I was like, I absolutely fucking do. And
He's like, well, I'm gone.
He's like, I didn't recognize any of the cars. I was like, I got a new car, man. Fucking come back. And
People can't get new cars.
I
He
was
didn't
like-
come back.
he didn't come back. He was like, I'm gone already. I was outside your house. It's like,
What is he doing? Is he running around like a hooligan
I
already?
guess so.
Yeah, but I want to see him. Let's see. It was a wild card back in the day. So we're
It's
talking about these
true.
people back. We're saying we're trying to figure out what parts we fulfilled for each other in that group of friends, right? So I'm not talking about now because
Right.
Gable got his shit together and got a business.
So
which is awesome.
Okay, so Gable
Pleasure?
would have been. He might have been the jester, and then you've got. So which one would? Let's do Grandpa. Which one would Corey be?
He may be his sage. He was the knowledge.
He was either the sage or the caregiver.
caregiver, but yeah.
Or would you put maybe
service.
Harrison as the caregiver? It's either gonna.
How was he?
Or Troy. Was Troy the caregiver? Troy was kind of like a mom.
There's too many people now. Yeah, I never got close with any of the nice people in our group. If you'll notice,
Right, 'cause
all
I
of
mentioned those three
that you
people.
named,
You
and
were
I
like-
would have known like Houston and Gable
Yep.
and like whatever wild card we got off
Yeah.
the street.
Dustin.
Yeah, I mean, I would have named the more Ruth or the reckless
Yeah.
side of that group because all those guys were close to them,
Do you remember the
and
night?
they were the nicer, like just more loving, simpler side of that same group.
Yeah.
So their side would have been the their side would have been the structure, and I don't know. Oh, Grandpa could have been the hero, the mastery.
Yes, he
I
could,
could see
especially
a
with the
little
way
bit
that
of
he would
that.
like work with Ableton and stuff like that. He
He
definitely
always wanted to conquer
went
things.
in.
Yeah,
He went in on
I
shit.
respect that.
Let's see.
Where's our Houston boy? Which we didn't talk to. Sorry, love you.
Yeah,
It was
happy
your
birthday.
I know
Happy
you don't
birthday,
watch this.
Houston.
It's funny because we're saying it to everybody but Houston.
Yeah.
Probably.
Houston probably would have been.
Freedom. Maybe the explorer.
I could see him as the explorer or the magician.
The power. See, I would have thrown him into the outlaw or the explorer because he was also a liberating type for me because I'd be places and he'd come around and like get me really high. And like we'd talk
But
about
see,
some shit and like
To me, that still pushes him towards magician. That's still power because he still had the power in those situations.
Yeah.
Houston, like I love Houston to death. He's selfish. Houston's a selfish person. He just is.
I mean he's again, these are back in the day.
Yeah, back in the
judgments.
day judgment. I'm sure.
I guess I saw it differently because I see what you mean. He would roll up with everything he needed. sometimes. So that would give him a sense of power. But but did he do it to liberate you or to gain power?
Do you want my opinion?
I apparently know you from the way you're responding.
My opinion would be power. My opinion
I
was
would
that he
think
wanted
that-
power.
But again, that may be me being selfish by being like, no, he wanted to get me high.
Right, because you wanted to
'Cause he
get high.
liked me. But see, in my mind, that would have been the liberation thing. Because he knew I wanted to get high.
But there's a difference between what you want them to be and what they are. There's a difference between what you
suppose.
like and their intentions.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
I'm
what it comes
not the
down to. We
person
don't know
that's
their intentions.
You know, I'm not going to speak to Houston's
But
intentions.
we're just
like,
saying what archetype he would fill. So
Right.
you're debating between explorer and magician.
yes, I think I could see him being either or.
Yeah.
And now, as far as like Dustin, where would you put Dustin?
I miss Dustin too. I know no
Do
one
ya?
watches this. Yeah, I miss everybody, dude.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about me. It's like, as much as I just don't care and have no feelings, I'm also the guy that like the last time I saw you, something fucked up happened and you robbed me and all this shit,
Yeah.
and you call me 2 years later, I'm gonna be like, "What's up, bro? It's been so long."
And I mean, like
I'll always want to see you, even if you fucked me over.
well, that
kinda
was the thing too. Is like as soon as
And he didn't fuck me over. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, it's just the mindset of like, I always have a place in my heart for people because I don't have a heart.
yeah,
Yes.
there's just so much room in there.
Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. Like, if anyone calls me up, because someone like that would call you up and be like, "Oh, I'm in a different place. I don't know if I'd want to see them."
I'd still see Dustin. I'd still see Houston. Like, and that was the thing too. Is like when Houston hit us up on that podcast a while back and was like, "Hey, it's Houston.
Putting
Call
these
me."
people on blast in there.
We're just
no
talking.
last names. No last
It's Dustin Ireland, Houston Lane.
Damn, Davey, I just said. See, what are you, motherfucker? You push the envelope there.
Yeah, what am I, Toby? Am I
Where-
the
where
outlaw?
are you
Am I
going?
the explorer? Am I
To me, you're more of a lover.
Okay.
Or an
now,
everything.
I'm being super intimate right now.
No, but you have a little lover, you have a little ruler, and you got some artists. To me, you're a lot of those things. You're like half of them.
Well, I mean, but that's
'cause we're
easy to
close.
say because
We're the only friends.
the only two. Yeah, it's just us right now. So
Yeah.
we're filling all of these.
But I do.
So the ones that you aren't, I am, and the ones that I
Yeah.
am, you aren't.
But it does seem they match up. They have the opposition set up really nicely. You know?
Well, yeah. Whereas I would be the lover in those situations, you are the innocent.
Which would provide you safety just knowing that you had me around.
Yes.
And my innocence, my love for
Well,
life.
and the lover intimacy in me allows you to be your real self. I don't judge you. I've never judged
which allows
you.
me to feel innocent. I don't have to like
Yeah.
buck up
Right.
or do anything. That is crazy.
Well,
it
and
works
it's the same
so
thing too.
well.
Like I've always been that way. Like I don't like even if
We go back hero and artist. We switch back and forth independent. One's creating and one's mastering, and then the other one's mastering and the other one's creating.
Yeah.
We go back and forth on that all the time.
And again, if any of our old friends were to hit me up, like, man, I'm not gonna act like anything's wrong. I'm not gonna be a dick just to be a dick. I'm gonna genuinely care about how they're doing.
But even when we said that, I said I would like to see him. You said, "Do you?" That's what I was talking about.
Well,
that
because I was just asking.
That first thing when you see their number calling, you definitely would have a. I'm in a different place right now.
Well, it would,
and I would have a. Oh shit.
well, no, I would want to
Not all the time,
I
but-
want to know where they're at. It's not necessarily a thing of like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in a better place. It's like, oh, I hope that
Where
they're
are they
okay.
calling me from?
Yeah.
Are they calling me from the depths of a heroin binge? Because I'm kind of more of an adult than that.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. No, I have that part too. When it's been too long,
Yeah.
when someone is like, "Ooh, the last time I saw you was bad."
It was
Like,
a minute ago.
hello,
Yeah.
are you okay? Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. And that was the thing. Like talking
How
to
do you
Houston
ask
the
someone
last
on the
time.
phone? Real quick, run me through, run me through who you
Remember,
are now.
like the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Let me know where you've been.
Now all I need is the last week. They could have been on some terrible shit a week ago and are on an upswing.
Yeah, and getting their shit together now.
I'll see you on an upswing. Even if you're going back down after, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody on some downswings anymore, though. I
No.
used to be the guy that would see through your down swings, like not because I wanted to, because I had time to, right? So I just don't have time.
We ain't got that
anymore
kind
to
of time.
see you through your downswing.
Dude, all I'm doing.
Come see me when you got business plans.
Right.
When you feel like things are getting better. When
Yeah,
you're getting,
man.
not even when you're getting shit together, just when you feel positive.
Fuck yeah. Like,
about
I
shit,
ain't got
like-
time for that little boy shit no more.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to make
The
moves.
bullshit. I mean, no, that's mad shit to cry.
No, man, shit's cries
downtrodden.
fine. But to do stupid shit that kids would do.
Yeah.
Like, you and I are not getting high in parking lots anymore.
No, you're right.
Do you remember when we used to go to the law firm?
That was, yeah. No, I mean, I
We used
will
to go
say,
and chill outside
yeah,
of a law
I don't
firm.
even get high in cars.
Yeah.
Most of the times that I
You're
got
afraid to get high in cars now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I've come a long way.
Yeah. When all
Xena we were
all
sitting
we
in the
used to
car.
do
She's
is-
probably in the other room listening to me talk all the time.
She listen to us?
Probably, yeah. But no,
Sits
she
out
was.
there and
We were
judges.
sitting in the car driving the other day, and she just started bursting out laughing. And I was just like, "What? What the fuck are you laughing about?" And she's like, "You've come a long way." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And it was just more about like when she met me, I was wild as fuck and doing a bunch of illegal shit.
Yeah.
And I was like driving from work to meet someone to do a session, working like 20 hours that day altogether on everything I was doing. And she was just like laughing at the fact of how far I'd come. But it still seemed like an insult.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why is that funny?
Why is this fucking funny to you?
I
I work
have
my
to- I've
fingers
been
to the
trying.
bone. Well, no, that's the thing too. Is like all I do now is I film shit and I edit shit. That is literally my life now.
Dude, you've been getting good at that shit. Man, let's look good.
Well, I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. That's like I'm gonna make it my fucking job. Like I've been
That's how
running
I
it
do
like it's my job, so it's my fucking job now.
And I assume that sound production, music production will end up being my job because that's what I work the hardest at. It's
Yeah.
whatever, because it's like, it's the same thing as like, I will be on the track and you will be on the camera, but what we're practicing is everything around that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's
see
one
what
of
I'm
those things too. And right now you're learning it too. It's the thing that you have to do both of. It's great that now you still like. I'm really proud of you for filming the loose beats. You do those on your own, and they're looking great.
They're getting there, yeah, I like that.
They're looking great. You're doing funny stuff. You're learning to talk to the camera more, and it's great. We actually have a fucking substantial channel now. Like we have content now
Yeah.
that does stuff for people.
Yeah.
Like it
Not just us playing video games badly. and
right
shit.
and not just us putting out. I mean, the podcast even has more like oomph to it
Yeah.
now. It has more
Instead of our
behind
bad
it now.
skits. We did a couple
We
bad
only put
skits.
3 of them up. Like
And they were, what? Cult?
Cult, Money,
Yeah.
and
can't
Hide
think-
and Seek.
Oh, yeah.
Hide and Seek was the first skit we ever put out. So if you guys want to run through our back end of
No.
our channel and go watch Hide and Seek,
So
it's-
we're gonna. I guess is that one of those things to where I've wondered that because I'll put up music and then take it down if once I figure out something I didn't know when I put that out.
yeah,
As far as production value and shit.
yeah.
And then plan to put it out eventually, maybe kind of thing. Do you think we're just gonna keep those up no matter where we get
I think that we should. I
Yeah.
think that we should just because
to show the growth?
there's showing the growth, and because we are growers, not showers. We have to fluff a little bit, but no, I think it's because those skits are okay. They're not like as far as skits go, they're decent ideas for skits. Like we've
Yeah,
got
the
decent
ideas-
ideas for skits. Like the cult
And we
when your
wrote
friend
some
joins
funny
a
little
cult.
idea
Yeah.
for a script for them, right? So
Yeah,
we had everything there except we just needed 2 actors and a shooting team. Right? We need
Well, I mean,
someone else
and-
to play us.
well, no, because you actually did well at not really wanting to be there. Like that was part of the charm of them. Is that like
that was just nasty.
Toby obviously was kind of put up to this. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the reason it's funny is because it doesn't feel supernatural for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you like that's part
That's
of why
that
it's
level
funny.
of we've talked about this a million times. What makes you funny that you don't know makes you funny.
Right.
Makes you actually funny.
And
That was a roundabout way to say it, but
Well, and a new mantra I've been telling myself, which has really helped me with editing the videos and stuff, is if you can't make fun of yourself, someone else will.
yeah. And I also think that that's the new type of you can't make fun of anyone anymore.
Right.
Can't make fun of literally anyone but yourself, or you're gonna get called out. So the new comedy is self-deprecating. Now, is that healthy? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's healthier than making fun of other people because it diminishes your own ego instead of someone else's. That you can rebuild your own ego.
Dude, we should get Ben back in here.
But someone else can't rebuild an ego off of... See, okay, so if you call me a name versus me calling myself a name, there is a distinct difference. Like, obviously, you're in a different class, as if, like, a stranger did it. But there is a distinct difference in, like, how easy it is to build an ego when you're, you know, like, make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're able to say, haha, that's funny. I get it.
Yeah.
And move on, as to where if someone else says it, you're like, wow, that's how they see me?
Right.
And that can really shatter you. So PC culture has changed comedy entirely from an outward event, because if you look at any comedian, I would say any, from the 50s, every comedian is making fun of
everything around them.
Big shot.
Yeah.
They're like making fun of...
Dude, Sam Kinison, everybody around Sam Kinison was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Even though he was probably the biggest piece of shit ever.
He was self-deprecating, though.
To a point.
Right?
But again,
but
like
he was really crude, though.
Toward women. Like, he hated women.
And gay people.
And the gays. We love the gays just for the gays. New shirt.
Just for the gays. It's totally out of love.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's got a little gay in them. That's a good shirt, too.
Everybody's got a little gay in them.
I'm sure we've said that before.
Everybody's on the spectrum of gayness a little bit.
Spectrum of gayness.
You've opened me up to a whole new kingdom. The kingdom of gaydom.
Gaydom. Yeah. That's great.
Shout out to the Mighty Boosh. That show does not get enough respect.
That still existed. I wish the Flight of the Conchords still existed, man. I've been waiting forever for them to come back, because they're us in a world where we were really successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was totally like our roots, though.
They
were kind of making parody acoustic songs.
Well, they were us if we leaned into that. If we leaned into our comedy songwriting ability. Because
I think when we start writing music together, I do think it kind of started on a parody ideal, like, because we'd write serious stuff, but then we'd make each other laugh, because we'd freestyle like some ideas over a simple chord structure.
Part of our writing process to this day.
Yeah,
we make it a joke first and then get serious.
But see, the reason we do that is to get it out of our head, because it's always going to be there.
You always have to first. You make it a joke.
You make the joke about yourself. Yeah, that goes back to that.
You always make the joke, and then you find out what song it sounds like.
Yeah, so you don't exactly rip it off.
Right.
Yeah. So
those are the first two things you always do when writing a song.
When we did like really deep songs, like that's how it would start. We'd be playing some chords and riffing off of a funny idea that we had, and then it turned serious and we'd take the funny stuff out.
Well, even then it's like that shit's still funny.
It's
still funny, like even if, because we would even crack up sometimes when we were like singing the Everglow, which was a trilogy of songs that we wrote. We wrote a 3-part song.
About the Everglow, bro.
So
I got
the Everglow is our original religion. Thing. It's our original religion.
That brings us to our topic.
Yeah. So hurry up. Hurry up with your piss.
You made a trap.
So the Everglow is the all-seeing, all-knowing light that lives within us and permeates throughout the entire known universe. And the Everglow is the thing that connects all of us. And we wrote a 3-part song about it called the Everglow Saga. There was part 1, part 2, and part 3. And we couldn't even get through some of those lyrics without cracking up sometimes. That just goes to show that you literally, if you take something too seriously, it's bullshit. If you take something so seriously, so deathly seriously, even if it's like from a context like that, because we really believe in that stuff. We really believe really hard in those songs. Like those songs really meant a lot to us, and the ideas behind those songs, like the psychedelic sense of oneness and togetherness and connectivity, like that's all real. We believe that shit. But if you believe it to a point where it gets so serious and you're willing to die for it, that shit's funny because you're a fucking idiot, because no one knows anything for certain. The only thing you know for sure is that you're born and you're gonna die. That's the only thing that you know for sure. Everything else is just like picking fucking gnats out of the air, man. It's difficult and it makes no sense.
Are you done explaining?
Well, no, because what I was telling them, Toby, was that
no. What I thought was good about me leaving. We can't hear me. Hold on. gonna come back in.
Okay, come on. Get on
I'm
in
bringing
here.
it in. Bring it in. Now, what was cool about me leaving was that they got the honest answer of what you thought and remembered it was, and I didn't hear it. And so we get to tell them, because I'm gonna watch this back and see what your answer was.
Okay.
So,
What's your answer? What's the Everglow?
Well, see, mine would have been, to my memory, it would have been the.
Oh, do I need to go pee? So this is genuine. So I have to go back.
No.
I do have to pee though.
Okay, well then you can. No, but I wanted you to hear it and compare, because now you won't be able to have the comparison.
Well then,
But
just pad for a second. I'll be quick.
I'm gonna tell him. No, okay. So Davey's going, and all that's in front of me are these archetypes that I keep thinking about, and it's also kind of mean to every person I meet in a way to place them in this box right away by how they act, how they look, but it's just so set into my mind that there are these 4. I see mine is 4, and see I go back to the 4 that start these 12, and I kind of place everyone into one of these 4 boxes when I meet them, which they may be an extension of, but I think you can pretty much bring every person down to one of these ideals of an archetype of man, man, human, and I still don't know which one I am. I definitely have some. I'm gonna go ahead. So if I had to pick one from each of them real quick, I'd be a jester, outlaw, explorer, artist. No, a jester, outlaw, sage, artist. Now that's my new Instagram. Jester, outlaw, sage, artist. I'm getting pussy.
Yeah, there you go. It's not like you have a fucking committed relationship or anything.
Oh no, I mean
Getting
internet.
pussy from my girl.
Pussy means something bigger now.
Okay.
Pussy on
Thank
the
you,
internet.
Cardi. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Cardi B.
yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Like pussy's just accomplishments and,
Okay.
and love and
Okay.
it's
So what do you think the Everglow is? Tell me the Everglow.
it's pussy. That's what it's always been. No. Okay, so it may be very similar, but as I remember, kind of where the idea came from was like the web of consciousness.
Okay.
Is that close?
I said
where
it was
yours came from?
the interconnectivity of everything in the universe.
Okay, so it was the same thing to us.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, because you didn't spell it right. I didn't have to tell people that.
Okay.
There's no way that's even exists.
It still exists, Toby.
It just, what? SoundCloud doesn't delete your shit after a couple of years? It should.
No.
There's so many different ones too. So
Yeah.
Headspace was, we've talked about Shabti before, and Headspace was the predecessor.
Yeah, it was our
to
first.
Shabti. And it was, there's other people. It was mainly me and you. We had other people throughout oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show them
Yeah.
our picture. You're going to make our
Okay.
picture bigger because this is us doing the same shit.
We always been doing.
Are we on the same goddamn sides?
No, that's
so
me.
I'm on the.
That's
yeah.
you.
So okay. So we're actually switched, but
So-
we have been switched on the show before.
So that was your room at the house in Las Cruces.
Las Cruces, and we blindfolded ourselves and, had
held
like a glass of
glasses of
scotch
wine.
or something.
Yeah. So
And so we thought that was really clever.
yeah, because we were
thought it was
blindfolding
genius.
ourselves because truth. And then
What is that? What it was?
I don't
was
know,
there a
man.
meaning behind the blind? Is it means that we're blind to the bullshit?
I couldn't-
Does it
I
mean
can't-
that because we only see truth? Is it because we don't see anything?
I can't believe I'm looking at these songs. I haven't seen these in
Oh my
forever,
God!
forever, Toby.
This is not something you like.
the
sad-
old mill. The old
Hit
mill,
it.
Toby. You want to hear?
Don't.
How
No,
long has
hit
it been
it.
since you've heard any of these? Oh my God.
8 years, bro. It says 8 years. Oh, can they hear this? I don't
Yeah,
know.
they can.
I was listening to a lot of Sid Barrett at the time.
dude, we were really into some nuts. I mean, this still isn't the worst that I've ever
And
heard.
also, like,
let's hear what the vocals sound like.
oh no.
but this is
gonna
when
be
we
bad.
still had like Cat singing with us too. So like,
Yeah. goes around the old mill. She runs in circles around the old mill. This
Playing
is a
a
story.
flute that she swore to me she did not steal.
But she had one too.
I play the flute that she swore to me she didn't steal, but she had
but
one
she
too.
had one too. What seems sketch?
It's sketchy.
Why you got two of these if you didn't steal them? She had one, two. Damn. See, this is nothing to the people that watch it.
Yeah,
They're
this-
like, what's
but this
this
is-
shit music?
yeah.
But to us, this is our childhood,
man.
our history.
Oh my god! It all
Dude,
comes lilac.
No, keep going with that. Like,
With that one?
ain't
Come on, man.
running
So
circle.
our
Wait, no, what was
fucking
the next
album-
line, bruh? What was the next line? I gotta know the next line. I know
Okay.
this is killing.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
killing people, but it's killing me worse.
Singing
Around.
keeping
in time.
in time.
They did those little sassy. Hoping her hand would bump into
my. Oh my god! First off, we're amazing. We're amazing
And
lyricists.
that's some like, I'm just saying, all the while hoping her hand would bump into mine. This whole story about this girl and like, dude, I don't know. Our love songs used to be on point because we were so sad.
Well, this got talked about in our first ever episode, or
did
no,
it?
no, it was I think the second episode, California. Yeah. So we were, I was in a relationship with a girl, and she left me for an elderly man. And so
That
I
made
went.
you move?
Yeah.
Well, how's this about the old mill though?
No,
Oh,
I'm
no,
talking
it's about
about
Headspace.
Well, no, yeah. When we wrote these songs, we were on the farm.
Okay, so a lot of these songs
came out of heartbreak.
We
Yeah.
had both had our hearts broken. That's why I came out there too. That's funny.
Because you called me and were like, we broke
My
up.
life fucked up. 'Cause you were trying
I don't
to
know
get
what
me
to
out
do.
there.
You're like, I don't know what to do, and I was like, Toby, I just got paid. I'm gonna buy you a bus ticket. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go get
you
us
did.
camping shit, and we're gonna do this. And I did, and we did it. So all the music you're looking at was written probably about 9. These have been up for 8 years, so they probably
Yeah.
got written 9 years ago.
And are from the depths of people's heart. Don't go to this and listen to them, by the way. I'm not trying to tell you that.
I mean,
But-
if you want to, if you really want to be a Toby and Davey head, you got to know
No.
about Headspace.
But it's embarrassing because of the quality is where it gets me.
But even then,
the
you'll be able to-
songwriting, man, even just hearing those few lines, I was like, wow, like, what happened?
Yeah. And
Like,
so-
I write so differently too. It's like I used to write like a, like something. I don't know. It was I had a different mindset about writing. then.
Right.
It was supposed to be poetic.
Yeah.
And the words were, I mean, I still do that, but with different themes.
Yeah. Tell me about it, Toby.
And then I took those same aspects of like, because I still use all my same tactics of like wordplay and poetically putting together words,
Right.
but I talk about more popular modern phrases.
Well, yeah, and and you've adapted a new style of writing.
Yeah.
Like your style
the-
of writing is
The
more
rules are the same,
Right.
Of like how I put the actual words together. I still use all these same tricks, but it's like it's about different content.
right.
But
You
then
remember
I would
Roundabout?
I would put those words, the tricks, all the writing tricks, poetry tricks, into things about like the heart and love and heartbreak and things like that.
Well, and we gave them a more broad spectrum, and I mean these songs are like approachable. You know what I mean? Like this is like decent folk music.
Yeah.
And
There's some good
it definitely
shit,
it
yeah.
always had like a psychedelic kind of tinge to it.
Are you No, this one's bad. This one's one of our more fun.
Again, the quality is dog shit.
Yeah,
because we were
it is.
recording this through
On a laptop.
headphones, through a headphone mic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About waiting.
and I'm a sucker for goodbyes.
And I'll spend my time
waiting on telling you those lies.
Telling you this.
And I'll try to say I'm sorry, but I'll never admit I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
And I know you'll find another, and I'm sure it won't take long.
Yeah.
And then Child's Play.
I'll find my way around your roundabout.
About this time of year, and I know enough to let my garden grow and never let you near.
Yeah, see, but dude, this kind of brings me back to like, I've been fighting that ideal of that heartache makes the best music, that depression makes because that's a common thing that people think art comes from like the worst parts of a person.
Yeah.
And this kind of just, because I don't believe that. I do believe that good art can come from positive minds and things like, but when I hear words like that versus someone speaking positively, maybe it's just because, why does it hit you harder? When something's negative?
But even then, those things aren't negative.
I mean, I
don't think that those things are necessarily, I've got a cab out waiting.
If we're talking about love and heartache, if we're making it simple, writing about love versus writing about heartache, why does the heartache hit you more?
Yeah.
Even if the love means more, kind of thing. Like, why? It's just pain. I guess, it's the same thing. It's like, I got a small paper cut yesterday and also came. You're going to remember the paper cut or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Come's way bigger of a feeling than a paper cut.
Like, I busted a load all over the wall.
It was crazy. Yeah. But I don't even remember that compared to the paper cut. It's like, it still hurts.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because pain sticks with you longer than pleasure.
Yeah, because scars last forever.
Yeah, it's a stickier feeling. Because like,
I do want to hear the beginning of Child's Play.
I was like, everyone that I thought of in my past, I only remember bad shit about.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. It's like, even though my pleasure was probably greater, like my good times were probably greater in my past. Even about myself, I remember all the bad things.
Lesson of Haste.
Dog.
Oh,
Lesson of Haste was a
out of
song
tune
about the. Well, we were tuning by ear. Oh, that's bad out of tune, bro. It was probably me. I was probably like, I'm not fucking tuned. Oh yeah. These are all bad, but like, I don't know.
That one was bad.
That one was really bad.
So don't go listen to that one.
Got some phase on there.
Okay, yeah, we do. Oh shit.
I mean, this idea could be brought back, but it also can't.
It doesn't have to.
It's in the past.
Yeah,
like
it's true. But
that's the sad things about these is because when I hear them, I'm like, oh, that was cool. Can't ever use that again. Like,
well, what sucks is that like we could definitely redo these songs and make them a lot better. I just don't know.
Take their ideal. I mean, I feel like we've tried that, but these are all crazy. I mean, it's just weird to hear them.
It is.
Hey, at least we're in tune for this.
Yeah. Lay me down by the river, sweet Sally. Just one more time before I leave.
I just don't know, like, I mean, our intentions were so much better. You can hear about how our intentions were different. Like, now, it's just like I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Something. Back then, it was like, who gives a fuck if we keep up?
Yeah.
It's a good writing, though. One last time before you leave. Oh, see, I got the pronouns wrong, but that's what everybody does. Man, these are sad ass songs. And see, Eden was probably the Gardens because you were the one who started this one. Mm-hmm. Eden was probably the farm or something for you,
Yep. Because I'm on my way to Eden where I know I'll be free. And it's just like we were really into that kind of like, because Bob Dylan is our hero. Bob Dylan is a huge lyrical hero of ours, and we love the Dead, and that's just
there was a
happened.
little bit,
because we wanted to do like an electric project. We wanted to do that. It was just one of those things of like, we didn't have that.
We had acoustic.
We had acoustic guitars, and that was all we had. So it was.
And what's funny
you
now,
work with
it's
what
like,
you got.
Yeah, But see, I preferred making music like that back then. It's like I don't even listen to music like that now.
Right.
It's so weird to think about where my headspace is.
Right.
Because
Fucking headache.
like I literally don't listen to any music like that. Would never make music like that. I have an acoustic in there.
Right.
But what I didn't have at this time was a program and know how to use it. Or so, you know,
Well, we were running GarageBand. That's what we recorded these on.
But you know, I didn't know how to make music just on
Right.
GarageBand and make it sound good though. Like, you know what I mean? It would have
Yeah.
sounded really, really bad. Lilac was a deep cut.
Yeah, Lilac is a good deep cut. Yeah, it's our jiggy one. It had a little jig to it.
Oh, it had the
It does
the jig
it at a certain-
breakdown.
yeah.
Yeah. And by jiggy, it doesn't mean like you dancing, like an Irish jig, like that kind of shit. Going through the years with
Yeah.
Toby and Davey. I don't remember the words of this one, but I want.
Wish you would.
Lately, wish you would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's music.
Just not singing in key, these boys.
We didn't have autotune then. And then we went. What?
Okay. Okay.
What the? That's when we went into the jig part.
That's Sean. Do you remember?
Dead and out on it. Seemingly meaningless.
This toll,
Toll.
that we all must pay.
Yeah. We almost paying. See those seemingly meaningless stuff like that. It's like, oh man.
And
it's
then the
just-
walk
it's
by
so
day,
weird.
fly by night.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Above ground roots mirroring the sky. If I hear one of you motherfuckers stole that, I'm gonna kill you.
That's like one of the best things we've ever done. Yeah.
That name is good.
Yeah, it's a good
Above
little.
Ground
We
Roots
put out a
means-
5-track album.
I mean, I guess.
If you want to call it that.
If we can call that put out or call it an album, either one, I don't know.
Yeah. And then you had Listen Aiken.
Yeah,
Aiken Be
he's a-
Swift.
That's a hard
Dude,
hit,
those
too.
have a little bit of views.
they do. People saw it. It's because SoundCloud didn't have any rules back then.
Who are our followers? Oh. Okay.
Those
we
are
don't need-
probably all people we know.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Truth or consequence. We were like, yeah, let's put that as
that's
the place.
that's a real
Mhm.
place in New Mexico. Okay, I thought you were, yeah. That is a real place in New Mexico. It's fucking weird. The
Oh, shit.
old Western cowboy city.
I think.
Oh, you got some old Davy on there?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
I see you're making spirits.
Yeah.
Embark upon the moon. I
on
remember
here.
that.
Um.
Got a bunch of jams, House of Cards.
Let's
I remember that.
see here.
Strutting. I remember that.
You remember
too.
strutting?
I remember not liking it when you brought it to me.
It
You're
is
like-
basically deal.
Yeah. No, it was good though. It was just I get it's so funny to think about now. But I was like, what is he trying to do to us? You know what I mean? I was like, where is he trying to go with this music thing? In my head at the time when you showed me that. And now looking back, I'm like, why the fuck did it matter?
Yeah.
Like we were just trying to play
I don't know.
music.
It was good though. I see you
It was a
wearing
good song.
your Stetson
Yeah.
hat, strutting all over
No, I
town
sang
like
it
that.
with you. I liked it.
Yeah.
But
Like going home. Oh, this is me and Ramage.
oh shit, Ramage was good.
Dude, this is me and a mandolin player who got to play with fucking Doc Watson. This is
He
just
was,
us
he
jamming.
was out in Nashville originally, and
Yep.
we met him in LA.
Yep.
He'd moved- I don't know what he's doing now, but
He's playing in a fucking country rock band. I think.
it's a cool name.
I
Too.
follow him on Instagram.
Dude, I don't. Man, I hate seeing anyone that I've known in the past. Is that weird? That I just get to points in my life to where I'm like, I'll never think about the past again. You know, I can with you because you're here right now.
Yeah.
But like, if I went on Instagram and looked at what my old friends were doing or anything like that, it would really upset me. For a lot of reasons. I don't know. Just like embarrassed of who I was when I knew them. Don't want to see them to see who I am now. Don't want them to see me. I just have this weird like, oh, that's done. The past is done. I don't have I don't really have a sentimentality as much. You know what I mean? I don't have much sentimentality.
I think this is me and Houston jamming.
Oh, okay. You want to see my other SoundCloud from back in the day?
Yes. What is it?
Tobias O'Kiley. I just remembered this.
O'Kiley?
I just remembered this.
How do you
No, I
spell
should have never.
O'Kiley?
O hyphen, yeah, something like that. Okay, O dash, and then try the Kylie with one L, not dash. Apostrophe. And then one L, and if that's not it, change the I and the E, because that has to be it.
There you are.
That's me, bro.
Bad Business, Easy and Northern Lights, Intermission, Cyanide.
When was this uploaded?
6 years ago.
6. Okay.
So is this while you were on your
I was making oil in Santa Cruz. That was during that period.
okay, you want your Bad Business.
Yeah.
Okay, better production quality.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Got a better computer. Oh, I can't remember this song.
I like what you got going on with the bouncing of the pan.
Oh, I actually remember this one coming out okay.
Okay. That's westerny.
Amphetamine. They should have left me on the boat.
Why is the whole track?
Because I put it over everything. Probably.
Why does it sound like you were like that? You were trying at singing.
Yeah.
Like you don't even sound like
keep
that
going,
when you sing
dude,
now.
Keep going. Rather be dead than have to live. Then who? I go a little. I probably fucked it up. But I remember doing it. Severed me from you. I was still sad.
Dude, we could have written some really good emo pop.
It's just bad business. Who severed me from you? It's just bad business. I was sad.
Dude.
Wait, keep play that very end because the who severed me from you. No, go back, just a little bit. I think it's right here. Damn, this is weird. No, it wasn't that one. It must have been before that. Because it was who severed me from my miss. No.
Spending too much time on this one.
Okay.
Sight swell.
No, but man, that was
the story of Ted Bundy.
Oh, I bet there was so much writing that went into that.
Bet
the
so.
fact that I named it the story of.
You got Northern Lights. We need a sample for the lab. Cyanide, Holly. Was that after your dog?
Maybe.
Intermission, and I've got
Dude,
a bone
hit
to
the
pick with you,
slight
darling.
swell for a second. Because I remember the name, and I remember I had a whole story. I was having I learned GarageBand a little better. Yeah, it was weird as shit. Oh, I bet this is just weird and dark. You can see where me and Davey, when we're together, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I go real dark when I'm alone. Here, skip ahead. See if there's any. There's gotta be. Where is it?
You're like, I'm impressed.
So what could you show me? See, I like that. She said she's seen it also. Yeah, this is a story song.
It'd be better if I could understand what the fuck you were saying.
So it was like she said she'd seen it all.
Yeah.
so what could you show me? And I said I've seen a place that no soul has been before.
Okay. Do I have any on here? I don't have any on this one.
That's funny. Let's go back to our
Yeah, I like this.
us together, us separate. I figured out some. I just put a bunch of effects over it. Then I didn't know how to actually mix or produce.
Yeah, so this is the one that this is my kind of punch at that, and this was me doing a cover of Daniela.
Yeah,
I was playing all the
thing.
instruments.
Oh, okay.
So I'm playing drums, I'm playing bass, I'm playing guitar.
Okay.
That's why it's all shitty.
Where'd you get the drums?
This was while I was living at Hayden's house.
Oh, okay. Man, it's funny to see where we came from.
Yeah, this is real bad. It's super overdriven.
Oh, I remember that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Riff Raff? Hooray for the Riff Raff?
Hooray for the Riff Raff, yeah.
That was a great band.
That's a good band.
You know, I miss being into that shit. Like, I miss liking music like that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you ever miss music? I listen to music every single day of my life.
No, I miss enjoying like folk songs, writing songs, you know.
Well, I've been trying to make myself do that a little bit more recently. I've been trying to make myself like listen to music that I enjoy. Like I even told you earlier that like I started listening to King Crimson again, and then we even listened to some.
But your tastes kind of change, right? So it's like
kinda.
I'll listen to shit I used to like and think, and just it doesn't hit me. Like I also think I just lean towards production now, production value.
Right.
So like that, I showed you Glass Animals, that song before we started. They're an awesome band right now. And
what's going on? Why'd that happen?
Is that the twitchy one? That's the good one.
Yeah, that's the good one. Shouldn't be happening.
I don't know. Maybe it's coming out of its slot. It's losing its mind, you know?
Maybe so.
And it is after dark, though. Leave it.
No.
It is what it is, you know? But no, I've wondered why. I mean, I think I just go for things that have like a deep and well-rounded production value.
Yeah.
But I miss sitting and listening to people playing the acoustic guitar and writing their heart out into something.
Well, I mean, and that
like,
still happens. People still do that. You
Yeah.
know, folk music is still alive
still
and well.
exists.
Yeah, and people still love it a lot.
But I don't know if that part of me will ever exist again. Do you know what I mean? The
That
part of me that
enjoyed
liked it, yeah,
Okay.
might not ever exist again because like that was like the reason again going back to like us writing stuff on the farms, like that was an innocent, heartbroken state of mind that I don't think anyone could ever push me to again.
Right, because you grew out of that.
Like,
we were young.
Yeah.
We were fucking, what, 19?
Yeah, around that age.
Yeah, but again, like, some people make it off the music they write when they're 19.
Yeah.
Some people make it off the music they write when they're 16.
Again, a lot of people that ended up in folk music probably started somewhere else, tried to be a rapper, and went the other way or something. You know?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about many rappers turned folk artists.
I'm sure. I mean, Post Malone went the other way.
Well, no. So I think that's the thing, though. I think
Go
that
to
that's
the new
the thing.
thing.
I think that that's what it is. I don't think that rappers go back to being folk artists. I think that folk artists turn into whatever's.
I
the
see.
new
I heard
thing.
Wheeler Walker talking about. He started out. He loved like hard rock, like borderline metal stuff, and he tried to learn the guitar like that and play in a band. And he decided one day that he couldn't bring anything to the genre.
Yeah.
And he didn't like country. He decided that country needed him in a way. You know what I mean? So it's weird to go that way to where it's like, oh, there's something missing that I could really bring to the table. Something.
Yeah.
And see, I think it's kind of like that. You know, it's not about the new thing. It's that you realize where you can actually succeed the best or sound the best or actually bring something to the genre.
Hence why, you know, like we're doing the videos we do now, because no one does those videos like we do. Like no one's going to teach the dead like I teach the dead, and no one's going to teach people how to make beats like you do. And nobody's going to do a podcast like this, because who in their fucking right mind would do a podcast like this?
I know. Just hit a big ass bong rip.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone.
Good
you
job,
probably
Toby.
shouldn't do that if you're starting a podcast.
You probably should not do exactly what I'm about to do on a
Don't do it.
podcast.
I don't know. I don't think it's about. I mean, a lot of it leans toward keeping up with things, but I think people find where they're supposed to fit in music
that's
or something.
what it is too. It's like there's a part that you're supposed to do. Like
I'm sure there's been a lot of people that were like, I want to be a rapper so bad. Like you're saying there's none. There's probably hundreds, thousands, millions. I don't know about millions. Hundreds of thousands.
at least.
Of people that are like, I love hip hop, I want to rap, and then did it and realized that they either weren't good at it, wouldn't take the time to get good at it, or couldn't bring anything to it, and became folk artists. You don't think that happens?
I think it's less likely to happen. I think it's a lot less likely to happen than what happened
Than the reverse.
than what we did. We did the natural progression. Like the whole
Got
that's the
something more
natural progression.
modern, more
We went
difficult.
from just us playing guitar separately to us just playing guitar together, and then we became a folk duo. Okay? We tried to start as an electric band. Headspace started as an electric band with an electric guitar, keyboard, and drums. Shout out Hefe.
But that was a while after we had been writing acoustic
week.
music, right?
Like,
really?
It was not long.
Oh, okay.
Like our first songs
Didn't
that we
work.
wrote together.
So we went back.
The first song we wrote together was Foiled. And that was definitely like we wrote it on acoustic. That's why we made the transition. Is that we wrote the songs on
But it needed a
acoustics,
keyboard and a
but-
drum or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but we played with you on keys, me on guitar, and Jeff on drums. That's how we played them. But we wrote them on acoustics. But then when Jeff went off and joined Afro.
Oh, Jeff's been doing great things ever since. He actually found a spot in like that kind of same thing. Like he even said that he always wanted to just run a kit and sing.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't find his place in music.
Yeah.
And then what blew him up outside of what normal people get to in music was getting into percussion, giving, background singing maybe.
He's gotten to do some amazing shows as a percussionist. But now he's back behind a kit and
Was
he's
that
playing with
Pigeons?
masseuse.
Pigeons?
He got to do Pigeons playing ping pong.
Yeah.
He got to play
that
with
was
them.
a bigger one.
He got
He's done
to,
a few bigger gigs. I feel
And
like.
he's just playing drums with masseuse now.
Yeah,
and
they're really good.
They're so good. They're fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Is he playing the kit?
Yeah, he's playing full kit, and he does that with Tennessee's Dead. Like he does the
Yeah.
full kit with us and sings. So he's sung.
So he's still doing what he wants, but
Yeah.
but him finding his place as a percussionist, I think, is what
Yeah,
broke
man.
him out of dreaming about it to doing it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. And that was the thing too, is like and then what I was saying about the natural progression of things is like we went from doing acoustic duo stuff to then adding in a female vocalist. So we had a 3-piece at that point. And then we broke
Without
up
the drummer.
Yeah,
at that time.
And then when I moved back here, started the electric group Shabti, which
Yeah.
was basically Headspace. It was our songs.
With what? Guitarist, drummer,
Yeah, with 2 guitars, drum, bass.
and bass.
And that was it. And then when you came back, I begged you to be a part of it.
Kinda.
What do you
Not
mean,
really.
kinda? No, dude. There were several times where I was like, "Are you gonna do this or not? Like, what's up? Come on."
I didn't
We
take
need
it
you."
like that. I took
Like-
it as like, because you made me audition, and I remember
I don't remember making you audition.
Yeah, see, that was the thing. I was a little offended because you're singing songs that we had written, some of them.
But see, like, I feel like I have to apologize now because
I will say I'll give you some credit in saying, look, it is. I feel like you might have said something like, "Look, it isn't for me, but I've been playing with these guys, and we're thinking, and they've been talking about other. We've been thinking about keyboardists for a while. I think it should be you. Will you come in and audition for them? I don't think I was
Okay.
auditioning for you. You fucking know me."
right.
But even the idea of like that I had to audition playing a song that I had written
Yeah.
was kind of offensive. But
Well, I'm sorry.
no, I
remember.
don't think it was with those bad connotations. I think you
Yeah.
were like they didn't know me.
Right.
A couple of them didn't know me even at all. Right.
Well, I don't think. But you knew Lyle. Lyle was our drummer
Lyle
by
was
that
the drummer.
point. And
But
the
not
only one you
well.
didn't know was Hayden.
Maybe it was a formality thing because you were thinking about other people before I'd come back. And so maybe it was a formality of like, I'm sure when you get down to the nitty gritty, it came to like one person being like, well, should we just let him walk in here? Like, we're thinking about all these great keyboardists. And then you were like, I think you set it up as a formality to be like, you know, to introduce me to them.
Yeah.
But as a band, even if they knew me, you know, introduce me as a keyboardist.
Right.
I think it was more like that because I feel like y'all were auditioning other people even. Or maybe just talking about it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we were just talking about it, but I remember you.
I was there for all of them except the Unplugged.
You weren't
I was there.
You were
physically.
there. You were physically there for the recording of Gamble. So, you guys, this was Shabti. This is our band.
Oh God,
our old school band camp.
This was after. At least it's better than
the
Headspace.
We'll see. I don't remember. Okay, slow as fuck. All right,
A little bit better production value.
well, I'd fucking hope so. We did this one in the carpet store.
Yeah. It's a Grateful Dead song.
Basically.
If you can't tell, it's actually what is it? Shit.
Black Peter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Black Peter. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I mean, honestly, Shabti sounded better without me.
I don't
As far
know.
as Shabti, I mean, I was playing
Did I
a
fuck
part.
up by bringing you in?
I was playing a part that I, one, didn't want to be, and two, wasn't fit for.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Like, if Shabti was a thing and should have been, I should have been the writer.
Right.
Like,
You should have been
someone
my
else
Robert
should have
Hunter.
been doing the keys and the synth, because they would have really gotten into it, cared to it, because they would look up to the music. And I
Right.
looked down at it.
But this is one. This is like one of your crowning achievements. This is Mongoose in the Parlor. This song.
That's the only
fucking
song I
slaps.
sang.
This song slaps your
That
mom
was
in the
good.
face.
This is the only song I sing by myself at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we kind of went back to when we were on the acoustics, because we never, both of us wanted to sing.
Yeah.
So when we were playing acoustic, we wouldn't give each other parts.
Right.
Both
We
sing
just-
at the same time, all the time.
Yep. Same cantor, same
Yeah.
voice. Damn, Toby,
Yeah, it's
get
pretty
it.
sexy. Yeah.
What'd you do?
I was going.
Sold my soul for coffee.
I was doing a lot of
the devil
sexy-
give me
sexy voice.
right.
See the blue moon. Yeah, go back and listen to Shabti. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound horrible. I mean, it sounds young, but. And even then, I would only sing like one line out of this by myself. But all the songs that you would do the same, like, I would sing behind you no matter.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. I thought we got that advice too when we were in
We were
LA.
in LA from Chris.
We
yeah.
got the advice of that. Why are you guys singing together the whole time? So basically, it was like,
So like it hits harder if you
split,
sing
split.
Yeah.
Like someone sing the verses and then the other one come in with the choruses and switch back and forth.
Yeah.
And it will show your individual voices, and the other voice will be like the chorus effect, right?
Nah, fuck that.
No, I think it was just an ego thing.
Yeah.
We were both like, but no, we're equals. I think it came from that. We're like, we're equals. I'm not going to tell him to shut up, and he's not going to tell me to shut up.
Yeah.
We should both be singing.
And I love this when you've got the whole like fucking Marvin Gaye, Al Green kind of like
the
organ.
old sounding organ.
Yeah. This is our old school blues standard tune.
Yeah.
Old Scratch.
Scratch, the
Talking about
devil.
The devil. Yeah.
I heard someone else say that on a podcast recently, and I perked up. I was like, wow, I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah.
And I forgot what it meant. And I was doing like, don't make no mistake. Man, whoever mixed this was like, fuck Toby, because they put me in the. I hear myself, but I'm so deep in the
Parrish
mix.
did this.
He hated me.
Yeah. I don't think Parrish hated you. I just don't think
He didn't like
understood
me.
you.
What? Is that not the same thing? Don't you hate people you misunderstand?
I don't know. This one was sexy. This one was nice and classy.
That just goes back to everyone's view of us.
They either like one of us. They like one of us.
They'll pick one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
because
not
the people
always
that
you.
really like you do not like me.
Yeah.
They
They
don't.
think you're a dick or
I
something.
guess.
And they think I'm a dick if they like you.
I
Different
miss
people-
this song.
You missed this?
It's not a home. It's just some place you've come to know.
I don't even remember the lyrics. To
Sticks
this,
and stones can never house your eternal soul.
These old bones,
Yeah.
bro. These old bones, more frail each day.
Yeah, dude.
We wrote this song
When
that-
we were sick, like,
we
no, we
were
must have been
very,
like
very
18.
young.
We had to have
And
been like 17
we had
or
the
18.
plan of like, we'll save this song until we're 80 and playing for millions of people.
Yeah. These old
Because
bones.
those two things will happen.
more
Us being
frail
80 and
each
playing.
day.
Man.
These old bones, won't you carry my weight?
Oh, it's so sad.
We were good, though. These were good lyrics.
No, these old bones was a joke. Like, to me. That one, I always like was laughing outwardly when we play that.
Well, I don't think
These
we
old
ever
bones,
played it
that-
once seriously.
Yeah, it was more of a joke song.
There's the Ryan Show. Which
Oh man, he was so good. He's forever good.
The Sock Jam, Toby.
What would that
And
stand
New Coat
for?
of Paint, again, the Grateful Dead, Saint of Circumstance, because you're
Same circumstance, jam, because it sounded like the idea.
yeah, because it's that step.
Yeah, okay.
It's that. It's
It was
that
built
step.
off of that idea. Yeah,
And it was a jam we'd open shows
Man.
with because it was just
I
fun
listened
to
to
jam
a
with.
lot of Dead back then. It's like
Yeah, we did.
I listened to Dead exclusively for quite a few years.
There's a Himalayan banquet on here, bro. The Himalayan banquet. Just feast
That's
your
another
ears.
personal like
Yeah.
achievement in a way.
Because that
like-
was our first instrumental song.
Yeah, and we had everything written out, sections written out. Just jam out with this, man. Only the people that watch your show is gonna like this episode. You're on point at that point.
I was doing a lot more like Zappa-y kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hit that Himalayan banquet. I don't see how that's probably bad. 'Cause, that organ would hit way too hard when we come
Let's
in.
have a listen at the Himalayan banquet. People were digging it, I guess. Oh, that was after a No Such Thing.
It's funny how we think we're doing. Oh, let me hear it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But it was cool music. It was written well. This reminds me because another one of those podcasts I've been watching did a. It was on the Time Suck.
Yeah.
Did it on Father Yode. Do you know
Yeah,
about him?
you were telling me about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
episodes ago?
his music. If you listen to it, look up his music and tell me it doesn't remind you of like Shabti if we took more acid on stage. It had points in it. And we had that cool breakdown. Yeah, skip, see if you can find a breakdown. We had the sexy little breakdown and then a reggae thing.
I don't remember what came after this.
Yeah. I think it was right after this break. It's so funny. We're just sitting and listening to our own music again. And those were the harmonies. Because this was written on a fucking acoustics.
Yeah, we
If you
wrote
can
this on
believe it.
acoustics, motherfuckers.
They were all
Yeah.
harmonics. Yeah, this is that little break. And then we bust into the reggae thing. It's just fun to think back on. Don't judge us so hard. I hear you judging me through the mic, if that makes sense. Yeah,
That was good.
I was just running through stupid scales I didn't even fucking know. Yeah.
That
this is the
breakdown.
laid back. Yeah. And see, sometimes I do a synth solo over that part, which is cool.
We got big, man. This is a big sound.
Yeah, I mean, we were loud.
No, I mean,
and
like,
then the changes. Man, there were so many parts to it. That's what made it special to me, because it was just how. I want to ask the question to our old selves: how could you write something like this on acoustic? Because it only makes sense with a band,
Right.
For us to be like,
Because we heard it in our heads. We heard the big part in our heads.
yeah.
And then,
So we were
this is when we got into the
crazy.
reggae breakdown.
Yeah.
Boom, scat, scat.
I mean,
And people were digging it. I mean, there were people.
yeah.
There were people there at this show. Dude, this
I
is
don't
5
know,
years
man.
ago.
Yeah.
6,
Forever-
13, 15.
forever ago.
5. This is a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Some people would scoff at 5 years.
I think that's when about the time that we both met our girls was when Shabti was ending.
Yes. So I was talking.
I've been with her for.
Oh no, that's true. I was talking to Ivy around this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd known her.
Yeah.
I remember at the show, I knew of her.
You knew of Xena?
I think she might have come with Paige to a show after this or something.
Dude, that's fucking fire, Toby, with your
Dun, 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 dun. I like the ring out when it goes gun 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 gun.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't do it every time. I feel like you just hit it sometimes, but Houston, shout out. We love you.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
I know you don't hear this. That was just a second of reggae, you know? I mean, it's a song. I would say it's a song. Let's not kill people with it, but yeah, it's a song. We had a band. I mean, I do miss seeing people. Honestly, I don't miss playing for people. I miss playing with my friends or being like off the stage partying with people.
Right.
I miss that aspect.
This
of
is
it.
the one where we opened for the JGBCB,
Oh yeah.
Jerry Garcia Band cover band, and we had Ryan there with us. Good old cat man.
Long-legged feline. That was a Headspace song.
Yep.
So was Row.
Yep. So,
Another Row. Jesus, 10 minutes long.
well, because we did both parts.
Oh yeah, that was part 1, part 2.
Yeah, because we wrote songs with parts. In them.
Yeah. We even had 3 with the Everglow. So
Yeah.
it gets there.
Who's gonna start this long-legged feline? Get in there.
Drummer.
I've been using that
It's gotta
line
be
for
the
a long time. In your own time. That's from Snuffbox.
Oh really?
Yeah. In your own time.
You knew it back then?
Yep.
I didn't know Snuffbox
Again, that's
was.
just-
See, this was a misunderstood song because it was a hot song. Do you know what I mean? It sounds bad. My organ sounds really bad, but the song "On Like Your Feet Lie."
Yeah. This is sexy.
Yeah. I think this one was one of the ones that pissed me off because I had written this song, but they wanted you to sing it. Whoever, either the drummer or someone else, wanted you to sing it because you had been playing it before, and I was like, in my heart, I was
Well,
just
first
like,
off,
wait.
we wrote this song about
I came
Hannah.
to you with Long Leg Feline though, because I was in the same room with her. I brought that to you.
The line? We
The-
wrote the song together. I remember writing Long-Legged Feline with
Not
you.
the hook of it. No way.
Dude,
because I
I-
came to you with it. You remember all the shit wrong though. Every time I say I did something, you're like, no,
Well,
that's
no, because
mine.
we came. No, I'll give you the songs that are yours. No, straight up. I'm not gonna be a dick about that.
Yeah.
Like fucking Lilac is your song.
Maybe the
fucking
verses.
Aching is your song.
But the Pussycat Don't Run, the whole hook.
no, the
all those
Pussycat Don't
changes,
Run. I remember. Yes, you came up with the Pussycat
and the
Don't Run.
idea. And then I think we wrote the song together, but I had the words of the hook.
Okay.
But it just hurt my heart that they wanted you to sing it. You know?
Are you sure it wasn't one of those things where it was like, Toby, you should sing this song, and you're like, mm-mm. Are you sure it wasn't one of those things?
I remember
There were a lot of
drummer-
times you turned me down when I would be like, let's sing this one, and you'd be like, no.
But it changed because but again, the idea was it was way, way slower, and y'all were already doing it that quick and had already developed it. I could have said no, but I do remember it wasn't my decision because of I thought it was the drummer.
Lyle?
Yeah, I keep saying the drummer.
His name is Lyle.
Yeah, I remember that guy. But no, our memories are probably fucked up too, because but I remember the lines I wrote, and so when I That's the only thing I was saying. I just remember.
But see, I
bringing
remember
the song to you.
I remember us like
And then
laughing about like writing the ready to pounce on the next guy who looks her in the eye. Like I remember I remember coming up with that one. Like it's hard for me.
See, maybe I just made up a couple lines and the riff or something, and then brought it to you, and we finished it and wrote the rest of it.
It might have been because
there was a lot of songs like that we'd do back and forth.
I know that we would like one of us would start something, bring it to the other one, and we'd finish it. I remember that. But
so maybe that's why maybe it was one of those where I brought it to you, and then I saw it. Then it was totally different,
right? But it was,
and maybe that's what shocked me too, was the like presentation of it too. Like really threw me off.
Yeah, because this
hype
straight turns into a hype funk song. Yeah, it's
But
instead of like a slow crooner kind of thing. But even then, it's still chilled out and then got hype again. And then there was we always did the fucking New Cut of Paint. We always did the Tom Waits cover.
Oh yeah.
We always did the No Such Thing as a Sure Thing, Mama. No Such Thing as a good.
Damn, I
sure
forgot
thing.
about that one.
Yeah.
Deep forgot about that one.
Yeah, that one's a good one. That starts off. What up?
Oh yeah. What?
Damn, I sound young.
Do you?
There's Toby Thursday.
Why would I say it?
We were having fun, man.
I was into that Thursday. I don't know, man. I can't tell if I was having fun. I don't even know if I'm having fun now.
No. Well, now I'm not.
Not right now. I mean, just like
just in life. Come on, start the song, fuckers.
I always think I am. And like when I hear, I don't know, because I went through a dig the other night. I did a line and was like going through some old. I charged my old computer.
Oh, okay.
And so I was going through all these old songs, reminiscing, because that's how I met Xena. Like one of the first times she met me, I was like, "Give my car," and like had this laptop with all the music on it and showed all the music. And I was like, "Dude, you just don't know me." I think I had
get on
played
this
in front of her,
dick
but
to really get me, you got to get on this dick.
I just wanted to know how good I was.
Yeah,
But I was listening
almost
to
a minute and a half into this track.
Oh,
and
wow.
It starts
a minute 15. Yeah, I'm way too high or bad organ. See, I shouldn't have been there, bro. That should have been a keyboardist.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
This
didn't sound good.
No,
to
it
me.
is it may. But see, that's the reason why you just don't get it, Toby, because it made the most sense for you to be there.
No, I remember the breakdown of that. It was fun.
Because it doesn't matter if you were the most proficient at the job. It was the fact that you belonged there. It had nothing to do. It doesn't matter how you view it. Doesn't matter how you.
I did have fun.
Huh?
I did have fun.
It seems like a lot of the times you were having the most fun.
Or
out
no
of
fun.
any-
Now you can be like, looked like you were having no fun.
Sometimes you were not having any fun. Sometimes you would just stop playing and look at your
Sometimes I'd be
keyboard.
wilding out.
Yep. Sometimes you'd be having
But that's me.
the best time.
I'm
and
the
sometimes
Gemini,
you'd be
bro.
the life of the show.
Yeah, so it just depends on how I feel. You know.
But yeah,
Man,
that was a
this
nice
is
rundown memory lane with
Memory
you guys.
lane.
That was fun.
Man,
We're gonna call this
fucking
episode Memory
burn
Lane.
that road. Memory lane, wherever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Go fuck itself.
We don't have any other music hidden anywhere, do we?
I don't know. I got to pee again.
You have to pee again? Do we
I
need to
wanna
call
keep
it?
going
Or
for
do you
a
want to? Okay. All right. So I hope you
a little
guys.
bit left.
I hope that wasn't like too fucked up. I hope all of you didn't just stop. Hopefully that was fun for you guys a little bit to get a little peek into our past lives, what we used to do when we were younger. Because that music really meant a lot to me. That music was really important to me. That was something that I wish was still happening. Like our old drum. Toby doesn't even know this, that Kelly came back in town and I got to play with him. Our last drummer, not Lyle. Lyle's still in town. He was the one that's drumming on all those that you just heard. Because Kelly never got to be on an album because the music that we had with Kelly when he was in town, we started to record an album, but it just wasn't gelling properly. And it just wasn't going to turn out the way it should have. And I wasn't going to put my name on something that I wasn't going to be proud of. And I'm very protective over this music. This music is like, and you can even see in the way that like Toby and I are talking, like I still have like a lot of love for this music, and I would still play this music for people if I had people to do it with. Whereas Toby Doesn't seem like he really cares too much at this point, which is fine. That's totally fine, and that's all on him. That's stuff that he has to deal with, and that's fine that if he doesn't have that kind of feeling toward those things. But I do. It's very sentimental to me. It's very, very important, and I'd love at some point to be able to go through and re-record all these songs, because to me they're fucking special. These songs are really important to me, and they're decent songs.
I will say, can you hear me at all right now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
I will say that it was probably, you remember seeing the how Nightman was made on Always Sunny?
Yes.
So I will say that Long-Legged Feline was probably a lot like that. Probably exactly like that. But it was probably like, I came to you with Long-Legged Feline ready to pounce on the next guy that looks her in the eye. And then you're like, just ride. You know,
Yeah.
It was probably made like that. Like, I had the joke of the Long-Legged Feline that ready to pounce
Right.
on the next guy.
Well, because
and then we elaborated.
Right, for the first bit of it, Kat thought it was about her, but we were like, no.
Oh, yeah, it was about
absolutely.
Hannah.
Yeah, and the fact that
Hannah was my roommate, and
Yeah.
man, she was just,
uh-huh.
she was tall.
Yeah.
You know, and she just would fuck.
She just fucked. Like,
You know,
it
ready
was
to pounce
her
on the
job.
next. So the line is, she's a long-legged feline. Don't fucking steal. Once again, long-legged feline ready to pounce on the next guy that looks her in the eyes just right.
You better
hope that you're the next in line
for the
for
long-legged feline. And then Pussycat don't run.
See,
Pussycat
and then
don't
there we
hide.
started writing the rest of it together for sure. I think that's what I was
try
saying.
to touch your fur, but
Oh,
you
see-
always seem to bite.
See, that's not just, that was when we started writing the elaboration.
the
of
touching
it.
the fur thing is totally a Toby line.
No, I don't feel like that one was me.
That one was you.
You were the overtly sexual one. Overtly.
Squeeze me.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I try to start orgies.
Squeeze my dick right now.
See?
Toby.
See, you
Calling
guys
me
know.
overly
You guys
sexual?
know.
Well, spread
It's
my
just
ass
me.
cheeks and lick my asshole.
That's your argument for not being the sexual one?
Well, fuck,
Nah, bro.
Toby. I'm just standing here with my dick in my hand, jacking off.
Dude, yeah. You did a perfect example of you. That was a great impression.
That was a really
of
good
you.
impression of yourself.
Yeah,
But no, what I was just
that's
telling
just
them
funny
was,
to think about.
like-
You know the Nightman. I think of you every time I see that scene. He's like, it's like Nightman, and he's like huffing paint.
Yeah.
And in the dark, then he writes this like ballad, and then he comes in, opens the windows. Hey, he's like, no, leave that open. Damn, man.
Yeah.
He steps in. That was totally us. Like, and he would finish the lines. He's like,
Yeah.
you're a master of karate and friendship
for everyone.
Yeah, and then it would just
Damon.
make sense then, because neither
Yeah.
one of them could have written that song without it. So that was kind of our writing style.
Yeah, and I was just telling them that, like, that, you know, this music's super important to me, and at some point I would like to revisit them and maybe re-record them in a sense.
I mean, you've always said that. You
specific
said that
ones
since
though.
like,
I've said that a few months ago. Like, but
but
even
you
then,
said that like 8 years ago.
yeah,
It's like a song that was a few years old. You'd be like, well, I want to keep it and revisit it. So is there just gonna be some album when we're old as shit that's a Headspace album? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I mean, even then, like some of those, like really old, but yeah, I mean, why the fuck not? We have all the shit to do it. I don't know why we wouldn't just do
we can
it.
make better music now.
We can.
Like,
I
we can
understand
write
what you're
better
saying.
songs.
I understand, but what I'm also saying is like maybe I can't until I get those out.
Oh, they're stuck up in some. You got a piece of your butt that it's stuck up.
Yep. Well, I
got
mean,
a
it's one of
piece-
those things where it's
chunk
like
up
I don't feel like I can write better music than those songs.
Yes,
right
you
now.
can.
But see, that's where I'm at with a mental block. You're telling me that I can, but that's easy for you because you're more practiced in it, and you never let that kind of go. I let that go. I let my writing go.
Oh,
And it's not like I wanted to do that. It's just like the fire, the spark,
yeah.
got fucking stomped out by all these motherfuckers that didn't want to take the music seriously.
See, since
So,
Shabti,
like,
yeah,
because I put
there's
everything
definitely
into
been,
that.
There's definitely been now I feel weird.
Why?
Because it's definitely since the last band that we showed you, great band, check them out. Whatever, like that. But I have to like I have to deny myself of jokes and things. I'm like, haha, fuck that. I have to like say it instead of just imply it. It's weird.
You have
Side
to
note,
say stage freeze.
yeah. Don't say another Nightman reference. We're
Don't
good at
say
this. We're
stage
good.
freeze. Just do it.
But I have noticed a piece of your heart missing.
Toby, you don't say stage freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Do it!
Okay.
Just do it!
Just do it.
Yeah, you don't say stage
Hey, we've got some samples.
But what were you saying? Something's missing from my heart.
Yeah. I'm just saying how sad you are.
Yeah, bro.
So let's talk about it. No, I do think that since then, like I can't. Oh, that's so sad. I don't even want to say it. I don't see you come to me with song ideas anymore. Really, used to you would come with me with a bunch of song ideas, and you have most of them finished, and the other ones half done, and you'd be really excited about them.
Yep.
No, I'm not trying to.
Well, no, I
I'm not
get
trying to
what
make it bad. But
No,
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
bad.
like,
It is
what's
what
wrong?
it is. No, it's one of those things where it's like I just told you, like it got stomped out of me by like being around
People leaving,
Well,
or
it's not
like
just that, it's like
feeling like you're on the way and then getting.
And
cut
again,
short.
this is like my personal feelings about it. This has nothing to do with you because I love you and I don't have any ill will towards you or anybody that we played with. But it's one of those things where it's like I trusted you guys with the music. I trusted
I don't hate you,
everybody
but
with
I
it.
trusted you.
No, I'm just telling
it's-
you how I felt. Like I trusted you
That's
guys
you
with
starting
it, and you
the
guys,
sentence
and it
that
felt
ends
like
with I hate you.
it felt like no one else really cared, and that really the nail got hit on the head when Kelly left, and then everybody
Yeah.
else was like, okay, well, I guess we're done.
This brings out all of the bad parts.
And
of
I
us.
was just like, okay, well then I'm not gonna like now just be the only member left, you know? Like I wasn't just gonna go out and be like, all right, well I gotta put together a new band and teach them 5 years worth of music.
And see, so was it seeing the because used to, again, you would come to me with songs with no one ever hearing them.
Yeah,
Like you wouldn't need people to hear them.
but
back in
that
the day.
outlet was there. The outlet
Once
to
you
be
saw
able to
the
was-
people and saw
what really
was it,
what
when
it
you
was
felt
was it like what
like you had
what fucked me up was when Kelly left. We had to cancel a bunch of shows.
But what about that made, because again, before then, it didn't matter about who was hearing it, what you were doing. You just wanted to write good music.
Well, it took it out of me, man, because like it was like, because what's the point if we're not getting it to the people that want it or need it? That was my thing, because we were a band, we were a performing band. Like we took it to the people.
Yeah.
That was my thing, because that's what I love. I love playing music.
I know,
for
you're the
people.
performer of us.
Like even then, it's like I love the Dead Mondays that we do. Shout out
you
to
can hear just from those
guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to come see you guys, but you can tell just by the snippets, like that was you were the performer. What's up, guys? What are you doing tonight? It's a Thursday, and be like, like.
Well,
it wasn't about that for me.
But even
it's
then,
never been
that
about
wasn't
that
the thing for me. Is like I got pushed into being the front man. I
And-
didn't want
well,
there
no,
to be a front man.
No, you were always the one that wanted to get us out there. So I'd spend hours in caves or wherever we were writing music. Basically,
We gotta go get Toby from the
Go in
hills.
the cave. I'd spend hours in just nowhere writing these really intricate songs that meant a lot to me, and then you'd make us go play the better ones for people. Like I didn't care on some level because I just wanted to make good music.
Right.
And I felt like it was in my head. I still have this thing to where I'm like, I'm writing music for after I dead.
You curate. You're curating music for yourself.
And also it's like a thing. I've always had the thing of like, once I die, you know, a bunch of people are going to find this someday and see my genius because I know it's there. I don't need recognition from people. And you were the performer. Like you were the one who wanted to show people.
I'm
and
addicted.
Get out there. You know, it's the same thing.
I'm
Again,
really
a New Mexico thing. You were the one who got us out and actually made us play on the streets. In LA, you were the one who would get us out to get busked. In Santa Cruz, same thing. Like you would get us out there.
I have the drive to that energetic trade-off.
Even the reason that this exists.
Yeah.
Like
you did not want to do a podcast. I had to talk you into it.
And we're heavy in it now. Look how branded
Yeah.
we are. Fuck you, bitch.
And see, you
can't
like
even see
this
that.
part of it. You
No,
like
it's
this.
just it's not that I like it. I was just rapping.
Oh,
this,
so you
'cause I
don't like
us.
it. Okay.
I would have a conversation like this with you if we were off screen.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's more about the experience to me, and you're the one who's always pushed us. It's not that it's not about the experience for you, but something happened in the block. I'm trying to fix this block in your head. Because something happened when you realize, oh fuck, like I'm writing for but we were writing for no one when we started, but it didn't build up to a point to where you could realize it.
Well, that was the thing, though, is that like we were still. But again, I've always had that push to do it for people, because before we even got together and played music, like when I was in high
coffee
school,
shops, right?
I was doing coffee shops by myself,
Open mic, yeah, stuff like that, right?
And well, we were even doing that. You remember when we did no, because there was a 4-piece Headspace. Do you remember when we did 4-piece Headspace with Crabtree and Grandpa, and we went and played Stone Cup?
That's a whole different band, kind of.
Do you remember that?
Grandpa was playing.
We also played the festival. We played the festival in Renaissance Park. We set up on a trailer.
That one's hard to remember. I remember Stone Cup.
I remember going to wake you up at Aaron's house. Remember when Aaron
wouldn't get up?
You would not wake up. You were fucked up.
Getting fucked
you
up the night
puked
before.
on your shirt. So I had to go and get you a shirt.
I do remember
You
that
remember
part.
this? Yes.
Playing on the train. Oh,
Yep.
I do remember.
Yep. That was the last time my dad saw me play music.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. I mean, it's not bad. Like, Crabtree was on the stand-up bass, an amazing bassist. Probably will be a famous, renowned bassist one day. Like, he's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
He's been trained since he was a kid.
Shout out to Ryan Crabtree.
Like-
We love you, Cat Man. He dropped an album not too long ago
Dude, yeah, let's
under his name Flat
promote that
13.
shit. I want to see. Oh, I remember that starting. I remember
Yeah.
the name of it starting. But I haven't heard anything from him from a long time.
He does a lot
I
of
sent
like
him some music to mix when I started rapping, and he did mix it kind of poorly. He did. I don't think he cared about it.
right.
And I didn't do much with it anyway, so it wasn't fucking matter. But I really just wanted him to mix it so he could see what I was doing.
Yeah. When you
In
could have just sent
hopes-
it to him and just been like, "What you
Well,
think?"
I also need it mixed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna pay someone else to mix it, so I was like, well, if I can show him, and he. But I just think he saw it as like, oh, I don't know, a phase or something, or like
Right.
something weird because it was so different.
yeah.
Oh, dude, the
But-
song was called Soul Speak,
Okay.
and it was it's a good song, but it was so different than the songs that he saw me
Yeah.
perform and put together before.
Well, even then, I don't, because he played with Shabti a handful of times,
and he did do a bass track for me.
Yeah, you told me
On
about
a
that.
different one.
Well,
I've
he was
shown
on the
you that one.
podcast once when
Yeah.
he was in town, and that was a lot of fun. He played some music for us.
Oh yeah, he played some of his solo stuff.
Yeah.
Though he did do that, but it was just more of like I wasn't really showing that to him just so he would mix it. I was showing it to him to be like, can you work on this new stuff? Are you into the? I was asking him if he was into that style.
Like basically to
Deep
be
down.
like, do you want to like do this with me?
Or I mean, I just wanted to know if anyone that I used to work with fucked with where I was now. And he was the last one that I reached out about that to, because like I tried
Well, because
shit,
you would have
even before
you would
Kelly
have
left,
Houston,
I had Kelly and Martelli over.
Yeah.
And I would show them the stuff
Yeah.
I was working on at the end of Shabti.
Right.
And I would show them that stuff and bring it as an idea to something to bring into Shabti.
Well, 'cause we were
the
talking
actual
about-
idea was
yeah.
changing the sound of Shabti.
Right. And
I
was all
wasn't
for
even
that.
trying to switch it up that hard, even at the first. But I remember bringing them over and showing them that, and they were really into it. And it was more of a thing of like, again, in my head, I was just like, I'm getting tired of the music that I've been playing.
Right.
Like, can you do this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Can you deal with it? And I think what I sent Ryan was just too ratchet,
Too
or
much, too
something.
fast.
I don't know. Yeah.
You didn't lube him up.
And like he mixed it, and the only thing he said back was, "Man, that's a lot of bass," because there's like 808s.
Yeah.
It hit hard as fuck in
Yeah.
it and shit. And I was like, okay, I get it. I get what he's trying to say, because what he meant was there's not enough bass. Like as far as detail,
Yeah.
I think what he meant by that's a lot of bass is, I mean, maybe it was loud.
Like it's a lot of low range.
A lot of no bass.
Yeah.
A lot of not real
Yeah.
bass. And that's what I took from that. It may not been what maybe I just sent that with the volume too high.
Yeah.
But I took that as, I don't fuck with this. Fuck you. Not fuck you, but I don't fuck with this type of music. is what I
Right.
took from that. And I would try everybody. I showed it to Houston, showed it to everyone we worked with. And it was just more of a thing of like, oh, they liked it, but they didn't have anything to bring to it or didn't want to,
Yeah.
you know? And I remember showing it to you, and you were actually like, collab about it. Well, because we've always been
Well, no,
like that.
I was first off, I was taken aback,
Because it was way different.
and second of all, I was like, I was proud of you because of how much you had put into it being so different.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things of like,
Well, it
oh,
was
I
the-
didn't see this coming.
Oh,
wow,
okay.
this is
Yeah.
wow, you've actually done it. Like it's not like you were like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper and you did it shitty. Like you did it. And that was the
I
thing.
practiced a bunch before I showed you.
Well, that was the
'Cause
thing
I
too. Is
wanted
like
to-
I could tell. I could tell that you had actually put time
Yeah.
and energy and effort into it. That's what.
I
That's
bet,
what
honest,
won me
if
over
we're gonna
to
be
it.
real, because this is a real podcast and we get real sometimes.
Yep.
I think you might have been upset at the fact that I put so much into that instead of the band, right?
I don't
There
know
was
if
some
I
sort
had
of,
gotten
like,
upset. I don't know
wait.
if I was gonna get. I don't know if I've ever been butthurt about it, but it was one of those things of like.
I felt like when I first showed you, I was really nervous when I showed you, probably shaking.
Yeah.
And it was more of a thing is like, I really want you to like this and do this with me because this is the music I like.
Yeah.
Now, my actual taste had changed. So I didn't listen to music. I didn't listen to jam bands anymore at that point.
Right.
Like, and so my taste for the music we were doing wasn't there. Like I didn't enjoy listening to the music we were doing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make music I liked doing, and I was so nervous showing you. And I just felt like you were you're upset at the fact of like, wait, why will you spend time on this but not on the band stuff? And it was just my taste was
Yeah.
changing. Like,
Well, when it came down to it, the band thing that upset me was really because it wasn't that. Because again, like when you brought up doing more experimental stuff with the band, I was all for it. I was like, yeah, let's change it up. Let's keep it. I was like anything to keep you guys around. I was like anything to keep performing, to keep doing this. Because that was what I was living for at the moment. Because I still wanted to be a performing musician. Like I still wanted to be on stages almost every night for the rest of my life. Like I still wanted that.
Yeah.
I still wanted to be a performing musician. I like being a being a musician.
you're good at it. That's where
Like,
you fit in.
But
too. It's
now
like
I'm
you-
not as
you
good at it.
But you
That's
excel
the thing.
at that
That's
point.
the one thing that like these Dead Mondays have
That's what I was
shown
gonna
me.
say. What about
Is
the
like, but again, like
what about,
I'm
like,
playing with Joel and Martelli. These dudes are much better. Fucking not only are
Just
they better
learned musicians,
guitarists
yeah.
and musicians, they're better fucking frontmen than me. And like that has been like the biggest blow because it's been fucking 5 years now. It's
What
been
about,
fucking 5 years that I didn't really
Tennessee's
try.
Dead.
And that's fine too. But the only reason I'm still in that fucking band, the only reason I haven't been usurped or put out or anything like that, is because I'm the only one that really is really passionate about that music. They wouldn't
Yeah.
have that band or the attention to detail without me. So that's the
'Cause
only
you
reason.
would call them out on little stuff because you love the Dead.
I bleed that fucking music. Like no matter what I get into,
You heard it here.
no matter what I get into or no matter what path I would take, that is still going to be a main influence in
Yeah.
what I do. Even in the poppy stuff I do, it's still there.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the difference between me and you on that? Because they'll always be at where I came from.
But no,
That's the difference. It'll always be a current influence to you, and it'll always be where I came from.
but that music that stuff to me is almost like hymns. It's like hymnal.
Yeah.
To me it's church.
But I don't go to church anymore.
Right.
That's what it is to me, is that it's hymns to a church that I'm not a part of. Or not a part of, but you know what I mean. It's like
You a Christmas Catholic.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like I'll always be Catholic. It's like, I'm gonna show up with my mom bitches, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way. Like I'm not gonna follow rules.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
even
kind of
then,
how it is.
it's-
But I still have it on me,
Yeah.
and I still have Dead Family shit like deep ingrained in me. But the music has faded more than anything. Like as far as like GDF values are still deeply ingrained in me.
But that's more
Same thing. It's like when a Catholic drinks, they think this is not great. They
Yeah.
drink wine, whatever. But you know, when a Catholic like gets blackout drunk, they have guilt.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. It's like, so I'll always have the values deeply in me of like when I go against the teachings of some elder people that I've known, I still have this part of me is like, oh, this is not where my heart is.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, like probably most Catholics, like it's a non-issue because you can repent. I don't know, something like that.
And really the dead music to me, and it's weird. I don't want to be the guy who's just like, oh, this is the end all be all of music, because I love all kinds of music, but there's no,
Because it's old sounding. It's hard for me to listen to now, and yet it's still one of my favorite things. It's hard to explain because like those songs mean so much to me. Know way too much about them, but always to me, the reason I learned those songs
yeah.
and got into the Dead was because of the family. It wasn't because of the music. That may have been a clear distinction between us. Like the reason I liked them, if they were a band without the history and the family around them, I wouldn't have liked them.
Well, it could also be
You
that,
might have
like,
actually
my most,
enjoyed the music. That's what I'm saying.
I love
So,
the music.
Say there was nothing to do with the history and everything with the family.
Right.
Would you still like the Grateful Dead?
right. The music is very important to me. The
Yeah.
music is almost the most important thing to me.
Let's see. To
Like,
me,
I
it
would
was the
take-
values of the family.
No, see, I enjoy the values of the family too, but those values don't come unless the music's there. Those values are directly ripped from the teachings in the
Couldn't
music.
they have had that same group of people and played different music?
I don't
No,
think so.
I mean,
I
what if it
really
was-
don't think so. I think the music is the reason behind the
There's
following.
no way you can't. That's not a good argument to me.
Why not?
The music is the outcome of the of the morals and the ideals.
No, I think the
I
no.
like how we're
No.
so different.
the
different on
music
this.
the music is the predecessor. The fans take the music and do what they will with it. That's the difference, is because the Dead themselves only wanted to be uninhibited. They only wanted to do what they needed to do, and they wanted to influence people positively. Like that's what they wanted to do. That's
Dude, Jerry was very this is gonna be a very unpopular thing. He was very satanic. Not like we said before,
I
not
understand
Christian
what you're
satanic. It's called Levian. That's that sect of people that don't believe in any of the dark shit.
Right.
They were hippies having orgies and taking LSD and shit. Like that's the hippie side of that. He was like that. He was self-indulgent. You know? Heroin, fucked whoever was around, didn't matter their gender, size, anything. Like, that's funny. It's just funny to think about. Like, but there's a lot of religions based off of self-indulgence, you know? What are you looking for?
There's a specific quote that I'm thinking about that Jerry said about the music.
But it's also
No, this is it. Okay. What we're thinking about is a peaceful planet. We're not thinking about anything else. We're not thinking about any kind of power. We're not thinking about any kind of struggles. We're not thinking about revolution or war or any of that.
fuck everybody else.
That's not what we want. Nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to hurt anybody. We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life, and think about moving the whole human race ahead a step or a few steps.
Yeah.
That's the quote I wanted. That's the thing.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
But that's
though.
I understand. Like, I understand that that's what you're saying.
a
But that's
peaceful approach to self-indulgence.
But that's not even. It's not even necessarily self-indulgence. I'm
I'm talking about him in real life. That
I
was a shitty quote that he probably didn't mean deep down. Look at how he lived. Cheeseburgers and heroin, man. That's how it ended up. That's
and milkshakes. Don't
that's
don't think about it.
self-indulgence, man.
But that's the same. Anybody could say the same fucking thing about you. So like people can discredit your art and what you're leaving behind
and the
by
positive
saying
things, but they could discredit the positive side.
Yeah, by being
saying,
like he was a fucking piece of shit that
I'm
loved
not
to drink beer all night
okay.
long and
So
like
you're saying I'm discrediting the positive side of him.
well it's not even
It's
not
all
even
hand
about
in
that.
hand
So
in a
and I'm
way,
not
yeah.
even saying that he wasn't self-indulgent. We're all
But to love yourself is to
indulgent.
love. That's that old thing. It's like to love someone, you have to love yourself first.
Well, yeah.
First, there's a reason it's first. Is because if you love someone else before yourself, that can be dangerous because you lose morality.
Well, you lose
If
autonomy
you
as
lose
well.
yourself, then that means you love a human. And that means you can respect people as people that love themselves as well. I think this goes kind of hand in hand with the self-indulgence. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying on that? Like, I think the fact that, if we really want to go down the line of people that fought for peace, how many of them didn't love themselves?
I get what you're saying, but I don't. That's not the point of. That's not the point that I'm trying to make, and that's not where we were in what we were talking about.
Oh no,
like,
explain that.
As far as like, I'm talking about that the music came first, and then the movement came after the music.
Oh,
I
believe that.
There was definitely a point
No.
where they melded and then took
Now,
off.
see-
like definitely like probably later 70s
We
is
have
when the true scope of
I
what they were
understand
doing set
our
in.
discrepancy here. I'm talking about the movement when it happened in the people that wrote the music's mind. So the ideals of the family happened when they were tripping in orgies and shit and became the music, and then other people tripped and had orgies and shit. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about within their own mind. They didn't make this music and then decide their morals
Right.
off of it.
But even
They created their ideals and then made the music as a result of it. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying the movement as far as like the hippie movement or anything big like that. I'm talking about where the ideals came from. They made their decision to have these ideals, and the music existed because of those ideals.
I could see that too, but I don't
Is
even
this a chicken and the egg, Grateful Dead style?
maybe.
Which came first, the thunder or the lightning?
Well, yeah, and then
the lightning came first, bro.
if the thunder don't get you, then the lightning will.
In real
also-
life, the
this
thunder
one's-
comes
look at this
first,
one.
right? Opted for fun in this lifetime. Boom. That's a good
And like
quote.
I get that one, and that completely reinforces what you were talking about. But what I'm saying is that like even then, some of their music doesn't even push that
No, you're
agenda
right.
of free love everybody, fuck
because
everybody.
they love music.
And it's not even that. It's just like even in songs like take Althea for instance. Like that's about a specific woman and a relationship that you have with that woman. That's not I told Althea, well, fuck it, I'll just go fuck somebody else. No, it's about longing for that
but
person.
that's not
It's
what
about,
I'm saying. I'm not saying fuck people. I'm saying love yourself. And if you love yourself,
Okay.
then you're not going to treat people that fuck you over well.
Okay, but
You see the difference there? If someone fucks you over, you shouldn't treat them with kindness.
okay.
But love is the
But-
first thing. Loving yourself means that you're going to treat yourself well. And by treating yourself well, sometimes you have to treat people badly because they treated you badly.
Then do you not love yourself? Because earlier in the episode you said
That I would talk to anyone?
Yeah, you were talking even if they fucked you over a week
Hey,
ago.
now we're getting into the shit. Because I don't love myself enough to go, hey, fuck you, bro. You fucked me over.
But is that even anything to give a fuck about? Because I'm pretty
'Cause,
sure
see,
that
that's
Jerry would
loving-
look at you and be like, let it go, bro.
That's loving someone else over yourself.
I don't think so. I think that that's loving
Right?
yourself enough to not want to hold a
get-
grudge.
But what good does it do for you if someone that keeps fucking you over comes back into your
let
life?
me drop this on
No,
you,
no,
Toby.
no. Now we're
Holding a
into some
grudge,
shit.
holding a grudge or being
Now, a
upset with
grudge
someone
is
is
different
like
than
drinking
settling-
poison.
listen.
You're like, don't fucking touch me.
No, holding a grudge is different than settling a score and then having a friend. You see what I'm saying? If you keep letting someone in your life that's fucking you over and you don't ever say fuck you
Okay.
and fix it, that's not loving yourself. Because you're letting someone abuse you, and that means you don't think you're deserving of love. What I'm saying is that if you listen to Jerry's songs that he wrote, now that we're on some dead shit, he was on some Western settling the score shit. He'd be your friend after he told you to fuck off because you pissed him off.
That's Robert
Right?
Hunter. That's Robert Hunter.
No, he was a cowboy. He was a cowboy.
No,
bro.
like so when it came down to it, Jerry would have some input on the lyrics, but most of those
Yeah.
lyrics Hunter already wrote. He wrote those whole songs, and then Jerry would
Did he
maybe
write
tweak.
Deal?
Yeah, Robert Hunter wrote Deal.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
didn't write it with him?
one of the only songs that Jerry wrote.
I thought that was with
is
him.
Cream Puff War.
Oh, but didn't he write Truckin'? I'm pretty
They
sure
all
that Truckin'
did.
was
They all
his-
wrote
Oh, okay.
a verse or so to that. That one's credited to the whole band.
Really? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um,
That's why it's so simple, I guess, because it was too many cooks in the stew.
yeah. Too many chefs in the poop deck.
But no, I still think that, like, yeah, but the difference would be that you would allow someone back into your life after they accepted blame and made up for it. But by allowing someone back in your life to keep fucking you over is not true love of yourself. That's love of other people.
I think you definitely have to put I think self-care is a huge thing, and I think that was a huge thing even back then in the hippie movement and in the movement since then. Self-care and self-love is a huge thing. That's how you.
But that's what I'm asking. Does self-love go as far as settling scores?
I don't think so.
Mean.
I don't think so. I think self-love.
Why do you yell at people because you have that side in you more than me?
I can, yeah, but because those are
when you're like,
issues.
they fucked me over,
Yeah.
and you go out of your way, whether it was a cable company or an old friend, you make sure they know they hurt you, and this is how to fix it, and then you'll forgive them.
Well, there's a difference
and
between.
I just forget it.
There's a difference between like
So
letting
I feel like
someone
you love
know,
yourself more than I love myself.
letting someone know something, like letting people know how you feel, is completely different than settling a score. It's
But
completely
you'll
different.
be no, you'll settle a score. Admit it.
No,
You'll
I'm
be
not
mean.
saying I'm fucking
You'll
perfect.
be-
Yeah, dude, sometimes I'll fucking yell
You'll
at
lash
people.
out.
Well, right now, fuck you.
Yeah, that's a good example.
No.
See, but that's what I'm asking. Is that truly loving yourself? Lashing out when someone's lashed out at you?
No, I don't think that is. I think
So
'cause
loving
it's-
people is forgetting
'Cause what
and
is
letting them abuse you
there's a
without
quote,
any repercussions?
There's a quote. It is what is it? Is it holding a grudge or being upset with someone else is like drinking poison and hoping that they'll die?
Holding a grudge is different than holding a grudge is when you don't say anything, right? And just let
No,
it. That's what I
even
do.
then.
I hold the grudge because I let it go, but it's always in my mind.
But even that's not holding a grudge. Holding a grudge is when you hold on to hurt. So if you had said something that pissed me off last
Let's
week,
use
and
let's
I
use real
came in-
examples so we can get
So
more
if
clear.
if I came in, if last week you did something that irked me during the podcast, and I came in today and was upset with you, and you were like, "What's going on?" And you were like, I was like, "Motherfucker, do you not remember last week?" And you'd be like, "I fucking forgot." And I'd be like, "Well, dude, you fucking did this, you did this, and I'm still pretty fucking upset about it." That's me holding a grudge
for a week. So you holding a grudge means that you didn't say something right away.
I didn't say something right away, and I held on to it. You hold a grudge. Like I have a grudge against you.
What if you just
because I'm
waited until
holding
you
it.
saw me next because you were trying to deal with it?
But that's bullshit because we talk. We talk
So
between them.
again, my question would be: so when I pissed you off in that scenario, that you should have been like, "Fuck you! You pissed me off."
Well, that's what mature adults do. That's what adults are supposed to do. That's what, and not even
And that's
fucking pure
self-love.
adults. It's just
That's loving
communication.
yourself enough
Yeah,
to stand up for yourself.
right.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point, though. But
But there's a difference between like standing up for yourself and trying
go
to fight somebody. There's a difference between like standing up for
That's
yourself and
psychologically
settling
fighting.
a score.
That is settling a score.
But
think of a broader term.
Okay, a broader term than settling a score would be
That's settling a score because you pissed me off. Fuck you. We got a battle now. Like, you got to make up for this.
Yeah.
That's settling a score to me.
But even then, I feel like settling a score comes down to like fucking again, like we're gonna walk 10 paces and fucking take a shot. Because
I just mean like, okay, so again, scenario with us, I piss you off and you hold it for a week versus you saying something right away. Isn't that just you settling the score right now versus a week from now? Settling the score is saying, okay, so let's actually use the cowboy reference. So someone pissed you off, whether you wait a week or you do it right now, you're going to be like, fuck you, let's fight in the street. That's settling a score, whether it's now or then. It's saying, hey, you upset me and we're going to settle this. You're going to make up for what you did.
Yeah, I
see what I'm
guess so.
saying?
I just choose to view it less triggered. I mean, I get like again, I guess we're just arguing semantics here.
See, because look from my mindset on the cowboy thing.
Well, no,
It's like, don't you see how that is settling a score
that's fine,
psychologically?
But what is the more? What's the more?
Hey, you
mature,
slept with my wife. We're gonna fight in the streets.
What is the
How's
more?
that different than you upset me? You need to make it up to me.
I get that, but is it in itself? Is it selfish to want someone to make something up to you?
Isn't it properly loving yourself to feel like you're deserving of someone making up to you for making you feel bad when you thought they were your friend?
It's like
if you haven't done them wrong,
you
don't
deserve that.
No,
you can think that.
But if you've only been good to them, you don't deserve to get treated badly.
Right, but I don't believe in the fact that anybody deserves anything. I think people earn shit. Like I don't.
Well, no, deserving would be after you've earned. That's what I'm saying. Like you've treated them great. You don't deserve after you've earned the right for them to treat you right. So when they do you wrong, you settle the score. We're saying the same thing.
Well, again, like I even told you that we're just arguing semantics because I don't like the term settling scores because it seems aggressive and it seems negative.
Let me change terms.
Because
So
like the way
make
that
it right. Do you like that one?
Making it right. I agree with coming to an agreement. I like.
Okay, those are the same things I'm talking about.
Like and like even then I'm trying to diffuse how I feel about the word argument because arguments are supposed to be benign. Arguments, the word argument isn't supposed to be charged. A debate,
now change it to
argument.
debate.
Yeah.
So from argument to debate.
Yeah.
Arguments, I think, have a connotation of, I don't know if this is a dictionary thing, but arguments have the connotation of emotion and hate, versus debating is without emotion.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. It's just when arguments do have, when I hear that word, I think that someone's upset.
Right.
When I hear debate, I hear a reasonable
Discussion.
Yeah.
But even then, like what we've just been doing is arguing, and I wouldn't like because I'm doing my best now as I'm getting older. I'm really trying to not give
even that phrase
much of a
arguing
fuck.
a point.
Yeah.
Is different than arguing, right? So I do see. I just went. I did the closed fist.
You did.
I don't ever do
You're
that.
picking up some Davy hand movements.
I don't know if they're Davy's hand movements.
Oh, dude, Kelly was in town not too long ago.
I don't know what they're.
Last week, Kelly was in town, and we played some of the Shabti tunes at the Stone Cup.
What?
Yeah, Martelli was there, and we.
Oh, fuck you guys!
What do you mean? It's not like you would have come.
This is just back to what
Would
I
you
was
have
saying
come?
before.
Would you have come?
It hurts my heart.
Would you have come?
I didn't even get the.
Would
listen,
you have come?
Would is a big question. I didn't even get the option. So how would I know what I would have done? I may have been feeling good that day. May have been begging to see you guys.
It was a Monday.
I could have been in a horrible place. I take a lot of Mondays off. I could have been in a horrible place that day, and I needed you guys to hit me up, and you didn't even fucking ask. And I bet there was a song that I at least helped write.
We didn't play any originals.
Then that's not. You said you played Shabti tunes.
Wait, yeah, we played some of the tunes we used
covers.
to play as Shabti. We did Call Me Al. We did.
Yeah, that would have sucked. I wouldn't like that.
Let's see.
I would have had too much input, and I would have fucked it up.
We did Let It Rock.
I understand why you didn't ask me.
No.
I'm not. I'm just saying,
dude. If you don't think that the first thought I had was I want Toby to be here, you're fucking crazy. If you don't think that was the first thought that went through my head,
if it was the first thought you had, then what was the second thought that made you say I'm not going to tell him?
Oh, he probably wouldn't come. Because I don't think he would have come.
Probably is a broad term, though. I mean, why wouldn't you even ask?
I mean, that's fair. I probably should have asked you, but even then, I don't think that you would have, because I found out late, and I didn't think that you would have dropped everything you were doing to come all the way downtown.
Probably was free that day.
And play music, and it was a lot of fun. It was great to see Kelly. He's doing well. He looks good.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen him.
And it was fun to hang out with Martelli and stuff. But it's like you can be a part of all that stuff, but you don't. It seems like you don't really want to be a part of that scene because again, you don't like performing. You don't like being on stage. You don't like playing keys for people. Like it's.
I mean, you're taking that to a point of like,
of taking away your opportunity,
and not considering my state of mind for a spontaneous event.
Well, first of all,
it really depends on my day.
It's not my fault that Kelly or Martelli didn't reach out to you to invite you because they could have easily not reached out to me.
Don't want to hear from me. I guarantee.
You guarantee that? Fucking Martelli asks about you quite frequently.
I think for a novelty fact, though, I don't think it's.
I don't think so because I think that he really. I think he really enjoyed being around us, man. Like he likes us.
Well, again, I think like the most that it would have been was him asking about me considering you. Like he wouldn't want to see me.
I don't think that that's true. I don't think that's true. But again,
I might
like
have
that,
a messed up idea
again,
of it.
Like your idea around it is why. Like those are the reasons why. Do
Why
you see
what?
that? Like why you
wouldn't
maybe
ask.
didn't get a call is because like those are kind
so
of
they
the,
perceive me like.
No, Toby, it's more along the lines
Why
of like
wouldn't
that's
why wouldn't they tell me?
like those
No, tell me that.
The
Why
way that
wouldn't-
you see that
'Cause
is
you're-
the
I
reason
get
why
your
you
reasoning.
weren't involved enough in the music to stick around. That's the reason why
You over someone that left the town?
That's
I
not
was
what I'm
less
talking-
involved than someone that left the town? Jesus.
Kinda, yeah. He booked all of our shows, Toby. You were kinda less involved than the dude that left town.
I mean, I wrote a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, how is that less involved than the person that books a show?
I'm not talking about no. There's a difference between the person that puts effort into writing the songs. Yes, you like. I would say hands down, without taking anything for myself, 50% of those songs we wrote that music together. 50% of those songs are you. Like that's
Even
I
that
give you
seems
that.
like an insult because you're like, the way you're presenting it was like you didn't care about it. I was 100% of the performing. You were half of the writing.
No, I didn't even. Those are not my words. I didn't
That's
say
the
that I was.
feeling I'm getting.
But that's not what
from
I'm
it.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying, and not
even
what you think
beyond
I'm
this,
saying.
I love this episode, by the way. Even beyond this, so that was your reasoning for not reaching out because you thought there was too much complications. You thought I
No, I
wouldn't want
didn't.
to.
I didn't think you'd want to come. I didn't think
Yeah.
not that I didn't think you wanted to come. I just didn't think you would. Do you see what I'm saying?
But when you ask someone to a party, you don't know if they're gonna come. But you invite them.
I understand,
People
but-
get offended by not being invited.
Okay, so like,
Not
of all the things
being
that I've
kicked
asked you to
out.
come do, like I've asked you to come to every single one of the Tennessee's Dead shows, and not even because of it's Grateful Dead music. It's because I'm your best friend and I'm playing a show and I want to get you in for
Well,
free.
you know the
and
truth-
you've never come.
you know the truth
not to
about
one
that.
of them.
No, I have been to one. I have seen y'all play.
Which one did you come to?
It was at Revelry at the time. I came to a show. I've seen y'all together.
That's news
I was
to
with
me,
Paige,
Toby.
Dustin, and Zeno when I
That
first
is
met her.
News to
Not
me.
when I first met her, but when we were dating.
I had no idea. Well, thank you for coming.
You knew I was fucking there. We hung
There's-
out and shit.
I don't think so.
I mean, yeah.
I don't. Was it like our first show?
We were like doing coke in the bathroom and shit and coming out and watching you guys. I remember seeing you guys together at Revelry. But that's not my point as much as so I get your reason of thinking that it was too what I'm gonna assume of what you said is that it was too complicated.
Again,
to
this is
involve
Toby
me.
assuming and not
I
listening.
think it's fair to say that it was because of the complications I would bring. That's the very same reason I don't come to that shit is because of complications.
What are the complications?
I don't want to see anyone from my past. I don't,
Okay.
like running into these people might be detrimental to me. And
Well,
I am in a different part of my life.
okay.
And so I feel like even seeing some of my closest friends from back then would just like not help me.
I can tell you one thing right now. You're probably not going to see anybody that you
Even in the
would have
band,
known.
if it really comes down to it, who knows?
The only people you would have seen are me, Kelly, and Martelli because you don't know anybody else.
Oh, you mean from the show thing? From the
that last one.
I mean the Tennessee's Dad thing.
Okay, yeah, I get
There's no-
that. I get that
there's-
for sure.
they're
I
running
would
a
not want
shit
to
ton
be
of
in the
people.
crowd at that show.
There's
Like,
a
that's-
bunch of
yeah.
people I would
Yep.
know that
Yep,
I've
yep, yep.
met, and I'll remember half of them, and the other half I'm not gonna want to see.
Yeah.
So like,
No, and I completely understand that. That's why I don't go out to shows.
that was
and
my.
shit. That's why I
but
don't
no,
do it.
that's why I didn't come. I'm just explaining. That's why I didn't go out of my way to come to a lot of those shows, just because it was too complicated.
That's
the
fine,
same
and I'm
reason
not-
you didn't invite me
But
to
I'm
that
not,
one.
and I'm not giving you shit about
see what I'm
coming
saying?
to him. What I'm saying
because I
is
probably
that the reason
I probably wouldn't have come to that show. But didn't you ask me to come to yours?
I've
You see
asked
what
you
I'm
to come
saying?
to those, and I've asked
Didn't
you to
you-
come to the Monday Dead things.
That's my point,
And
though.
you even said at the beginning of this episode that I got to come to one of those. Yeah, you do. You should have come to the one that Kelly was at. That was fun. We didn't play any Dead. We played a couple Dead tunes, but it was more along the lines of like, it was nice to to just see him and be around them in that space again.
I'm sure it was. How about that? How about throw some shade
That's
your
fine.
way?
You can throw some shade my way, but that's something I needed. You talk a
I
big
may
game
have
about
needed
not
that.
needing that stuff. You're the one that said that you don't need to be able to perform. And that meant a lot to my heart to be able to play music with Kelly and Martelli again that way. And like, if you can tell me that that would have done your heart a lot of good, dude, I will fucking apologize and apologize and apologize for not hitting you up. But like, I didn't think that you would have come. And I certainly don't think that you would have gotten up on stage and played anything.
It really depended on the day. There was plenty of days where I would have.
Yeah.
Is what I'm telling you.
Well, then I
There's
will
plenty
never
of days where
not
I've
call
been in
you
the
again.
mindset and needed something like that, needed something to cure my heartache,
Okay.
and would have loved to have done something like that.
Well, then
that doesn't mean that I would have done it on that day, though.
Right.
I get your
my reasoning.
discouragement.
Well, it wasn't even discouragement. It
you
was
know.
like it was just like a quick reasoning of like, okay, well, should I call Toby? Should
You didn't even think of that. No, that was mean.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Because it was like
Because
a piece of
do you know
what
what
we had or something.
Kelly wanted to talk about when you act like I don't talk about you. You're my only
What'd they
friend.
say? What'd they say? Tell
Well,
me
no,
all the
'cause I
all the
started-
dirt.
No, I started talking you up to Kelly and them that like that you're fucking killing it doing trap music. Like
What'd they say? What was their
Kelly was
opinion of
happy.
me?
Kelly was happy about it. Dude, Kelly's
What's that
doing
mean?
he's in a fucking jam country band
Yeah.
in Colorado, and they're doing pretty good. They're about to drop an album, and it sounds really good.
No, I remember him joining them.
Yeah, yep, okay.
Oh, I don't know the name. That didn't sound familiar. But well, what about Martelli?
Dude,
So,
Martelli loves you.
They were just.
He was just fucked up over the cat thing.
I didn't do anything to him.
That's not about you. He was like, cat was like his first love. And like, so he was like all fucked up in the head about that shit. It had nothing to do with you. He loved
and then
you.
Kelly wanted to see me, but didn't want to perform. Is
No,
that what
it had none of that had
that was just
anything to
seeing me.
do with you. Like, yeah, none of that. Like, no one was like, let's not get Toby here. No one
Okay.
said that at all. There was no conspiring to not have you there. It was
Yeah.
just when I had the opportunity to let you know about it, my reasoning was that you probably
too
wouldn't come.
complicated.
It's not too
I think
complicated.
that's what it was.
In my mind,
I'm
it's
gonna-
very simple. Toby don't come out the house. So
I used to live out the house. I mean,
we all used to live out the house. We used to live out the house. We used to live under bridges. We used to live out
Sure,
the
but-
cars.
I'm just saying, you act like, again, I'm probably getting mad about something I would have never come to, but that's only maybe.
Well, I mean, I can
you act
understand
like I don't
you
have
can
that
tell me.
part of me
You can tell me if it
still.
hurt your feelings that I didn't call you. You can tell me that.
I don't know.
You're sure acting like it. You're putting
Well, I
me
wa-
through the shit.
Well, I
about
wanted
it.
to put you through it because I need you to understand that you never know.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
but my point when you asked me actually did it, or
Is this
does
one of
it,
those
or
moments
would
where you're
it,
loving yourself a little too much?
I think I'm hating myself right now. I'm
Oh.
going through some shit over here.
Why?
Like you see me all wrong, man.
Why?
I'm
Why
on
are
your
you going through
goddamn
some
shirt
shit?
and you don't even understand. No, I was going through some shit because I felt like not only do people just see me as like that, like so into myself, so loving, so all these things, like it just makes me feel like you don't get that I'm also I have feelings.
This is
Bring
not-
back that
It's not
shit.
that I don't think you have feelings, Toby. It's just that I didn't think that would be something that you really gave a shit about.
Why?
Because you didn't give a shit
still
when we
part
were
of my
playing
history.
music.
When? I mean, not all the time.
That was
I
like
don't give a shit about
even
everything all the time.
I understand
Damn.
that, but like even towards the end of the music, even towards the end of Shabti, it was like it seemed like the last thing you cared about.
No, it just hurt me a
And-
lot. You know, it was the thing I cared the most about,
Yeah.
and it hurt me a lot.
Okay.
So it upset me. It's
Okay.
a lot different than not caring about something.
So like the points of not really showing up at practice and not really like staying
Was 'cause I was
present
hurt
during
by
the
it.
shows. Was it because you were hurt by the way you were doing the music, or?
Yeah. And I was just, I don't know. It could have been from a selfish place.
Do you feel like I had
just didn't
too
have
much of a creative control
maybe
on it?
Too much influence on it. And when we didn't used to be like that, and I did think that threw me off a lot. And then, slowly from that, maybe not from that, but after that, started actually changing my opinion and taste. But yeah, it definitely started as a place of creative control and influence.
Well, it was one of those things.
Because then I'm just a keyboardist.
Right.
And I was never meant to be that.
I never wanted that. I never wanted to
That's just
be...
where I felt that it ended up, especially with Kelly. Like, he pushed me more into that position than anyone did. Like, he really wanted to take creative control from me. And see, now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. But I would love to see him.
I'm curious. I'm curious as to where that comes from. Where does him taking creative control from you?
Because
him
he
pushing
saw you
into a
as
role.
the performer. He saw you, that you should be the leader, and we had never like agreed on that.
Well, that was something too.
Like,
again, I never
level.
agreed to it. I never agreed to be the leader of the band. I never wanted it to be like that.
Yeah, see,
but you have to understand
creative stuff.
You have to understand that no one else was going to step up. Like, anytime a decision needed to be made, there was a lot of pussyfooting. There was a lot of like, oh well,
that's
maybe
what
I
you
don't,
tell yourself.
No, dude, so
I'm
if it
telling
was,
you.
dude, I left so many openings for anybody else to put
People
word
don't take openings like you give them though. When you,
it's not
don't
that I
give
was
them,
just giving them. It's they were
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
It's not that I was like, oh, I'm the leader. Here's an opening for you. It was no. It's just like, this shit's open. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's still doing anything. Okay, everybody's looking at me. Okay, I guess I'll do it. Like, it was that kind of thing. It was one of those things where I didn't get.
I'm talking about.
I didn't get to choose it. It wasn't a thing of like, I guess I'm taking the reins. It was, oh fuck, they want me to take the reins.
That's the exact thing I'm talking about.
So it wasn't a thing of like, you got pushed out and I got put in. It was
by everyone that was around us. Yeah, they preferred that you were their representative. You know, it's as if we were politicians, or
right?
something.
Because no one else was
my
together.
people.
No
That's
one
what
else
I
was.
realized.
No one else was together enough to do anything like that.
No, those weren't my people. They didn't believe in me
What do you mean?
because they wanted a different representative.
But it's not that, dude. Toby, you drank so much at those shows. Do you even remember?
Doesn't matter how much you drink,
dude. It's not. You were not a positive representative of yourself then. So like, I don't even know how you could say that you had
of myself.
You there was no way that you had the wherewithal to be a representative of something bigger than yourself. You couldn't represent yourself.
I can do it now, fucking blackout drunk. So
that's fine because that falls into what you built for yourself.
People, I was in a place to where no one believed in me.
Who didn't believe in you though? That sounds like a story you tell yourself. We all believe in you. Like, it's not a thing of like we started and stopped. We do. Like, I believe in you. I've always believed in you. That's why I was upset when you didn't care.
I don't believe that.
What do you mean? What don't you believe?
That people believe in me.
Why? Is that because
it wasn't
easier?
evident, I suppose. You know, I have no evidence of that.
What do you mean? There was a whole band there of like people that cared about you, and like we were a team. Like,
yeah,
we were a team, and we all cared about each other. We just wanted each other to be like, you know, at least sober enough to get through practice.
If I was viewed in the way I was, it really wouldn't matter how I came on stage. You know, like, it wouldn't matter what I did up there, and I just wasn't put in the right position. I was poorly used.
I don't think you were not put in a position that you didn't allow.
Oh, I definitely allowed it, but that's exactly why I'll hang out with people that fuck me over, because I don't love myself enough.
But who do you hang out with that fucks you over?
I mean, whoever wants to. I guess,
but like, but again, like, that's also like, you gotta look at yourself a little bit, man. Especially when it comes down to it, that no one was against you, and you feel like people were against you.
Against is a little strong of a word. It's that they were trying to put me into a place that I would not feel comfortable in, or
But but again, like at that point, especially even when Kelly came along, you were already on your way out. By the time that Kelly and Martelli got there,
I started getting out was because of him. Even though I loved him,
yeah,
it was the way that he saw things in his head.
Well, I mean, definitely, like I had my own.
I see what you're saying.
I had my own problems with Kelly, especially with the way he communicated. I would get into arguments with him with the way that he would kind of almost throw out backhanded compliments.
No, I mean, he actually helped the band as a whole.
Yeah,
that wasn't my band.
He was like a manager. So, he was almost a manager, but it was your band. You have to understand that there was a point where you took your hands off. And that no one made you do that. No one took your hands off the wheel.
Sure.
It wasn't one of those things where I was like, Toby, you've had enough input. I was always asking for your input.
Clear cut. It's not like that. It's
you want to be upset like it's that clear cut.
No, it was more subtle. Definitely. I'm not saying that it was like that. But
it was like I love you guys. It was one of those things where I wanted us to succeed. And I didn't.
If you really love someone else, play drums for them. You know, you didn't love anyone. You loved yourself, bro.
What are you talking about? Why
you loved them because they helped you?
Why would I learn an instrument that I am not proficient at?
Because that is self-sacrifice, and if you really love someone else, then give yourself up to them.
I did that.
So you didn't love. No, everyone else, not me, obviously, because that's why I didn't fit in. But they did that for you.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You're viewing the situation completely differently than what it was. That's not reality.
I'm not.
That wasn't reality.
That was how they treated you. It's how they talked. It's how they clear cut talked as far as like business shit.
Okay, so what are you actually referencing?
What do you want?
Well, because you're telling me that now it was a thing about me kind of being ego driven.
No, but you say you gave yourself up to these people.
I did. I gave everything to you guys in that band.
Why would you? So you would do this for them. You would do what they did for you for them.
I don't understand.
You'd play rhythm guitar for Kelly if he was singing.
Sure.
For your full-time job.
For my full-time job.
That was what they were perceiving it as at the time. It was what they wanted it to be. And they were willing to do that for you.
No,
you were not willing to do that for them.
No, see, that's where you're viewing it differently. It wasn't about me. It was about the music. It was about the fact that we were a team. It was what we could do together. It wasn't about me. It was about what we could do together. It had nothing to do with me as a fucking single person. Because again, I would have been. I'm a very mediocre guitar player and an even more mediocre vocalist.
But
it's not like I have a whole fucking lot going on for me.
Is what I'm asking,
dude.
You do that full time. And maybe you do that now. I don't know. But so you just got really upset, I can tell. Tell me why you're upset.
Because it feels like you want to turn it into a thing about me being...
I'm talking about you in their eyes, what they did for you. Because they shattered their own egos to back you up.
But that's not true at all. Why do you see it that way? Why is that something that you get to say is fact when there is no evidence to support that?
No evidence?
Yeah, what is the evidence?
The way they talked about you, the way they put you in a position.
Where are they at? Where are they at now?
They left. Okay. You obviously didn't lead them well enough, is what they thought.
I guess.
Because they were followers.
No, they're not followers. That's the reason they left.
They back people up.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so yeah, Martelli's in a bunch of fucking bands, but he's like...
They're amazing. I'm not saying they're not amazing.
They're both amazing musicians.
Amazing what musicians? Backup musicians, right?
No, they're not even backup musicians. Martelli is an amazing bassist and an amazing guitarist.
What
and he
band does he lead?
He plays lead guitar and Strung Like a Horse.
Be the front man for that everyone follows.
But they're not front men. I'm not a front man.
But that was who you were in their eyes.
But again, that was nothing I asked for. And they were willing
to give their life to back you as a front man.
Okay.
That's my point.
But
you wouldn't do that
never,
for them. Maybe you would. I don't know.
But me doing that would be me doing that for them.
Like they were doing it for you.
But that's what would have been happening. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's not like I'm a fucking virus. Like... What do you mean?
How
is it a
is them
symbiotic
backing
relationship?
you the same as you leading them?
There's no backing me. There was no backing me. We were playing the music.
You don't think
I wasn't
drums
even
are
the
a
lead
backing
guitarist?
instrument? I mean,
That-
come on.
But I was more of a rhythm guitarist than a lead guitarist. So I was
but
backing
you were-
Houston.
I mean, dude, look at the bills and shit. You were lead man. That was your position in that place. And that's how they viewed you. Did you not hear the way they talked about you?
But no, obviously not. If I feel this way, obviously not.
Yeah.
If my ego isn't fucking inflated by it, obviously not.
Well,
'Cause
maybe
if
you're
it's the way
deflating
that-
your ego because they did view you like that.
But
like,
but what does that do for me now? What does that do for me then?
it's not, we're off on some really heavy tangent.
Well, I mean, again, what
No,
does it do like that?
What does
that,
it do
that
for you in
means
the long
shit to me.
term?
It means fucking
If
shit
they
to me
don't-
now.
but
I would
Sif,
have
dude, listen
done
to
whatever.
yourself.
Like because
But
like
listen
that,
to it. What does that do for me now that they didn't stick with me and back me up?
right?
Do you see what I'm saying?
So that what it does is that deflates what you were saying. That's all that does. Me asking where they're at now is like, well, obviously they didn't think too highly of me as a front man. Obviously they didn't think that I did well enough to stick around.
Yeah.
You know. So like, I don't think that there's a whole lot of credence to what you're saying.
As far as the way they viewed you?
Like, I don't give a fuck about how they viewed me, man. I just wanted to make music. I just wanted to play music that I loved with people I love.
If you just want to make music, then you'd play drums for somebody. That's what I'm
That
saying.
doesn't make no. I just want to play music, so I
Would
go
you
and play
ever?
dead
I would
music
never.
on Mondays.
No, I'm not saying we're different. I would never play drums for somebody. I would never spend my entire life just hitting toms to make some other guy look good. Like, I'm not gonna do, even if
But
I'm
why
good
do you,
at it.
But why is
I'm
it
not gonna
that
do
to you?
that.
Like that's why I have like a fundamental difference with you is because you see it as people giving up their lives to back a front man when it's like,
There's a backing band and a
That's-
lead man. Those are real terms in music.
I understand, but you're viewing it in this
Those are musical terms.
This fucking weird way of how it's not something that feeds the other. Like
not in this,
Like
dude, it's
without the drums, without the bass, without the other guitar, there is no band. So who the fuck is that front man leading? So it's a thing of it's a
still
fair
band.
fucking trade-off.
I mean, think of a
So,
solo
like,
artist.
If you
they have a producer and people writing shit and like.
my brain's about to fucking explode because you're telling me that I need to go and play. If I really loved some
If you
people,
really love
then
music,
I would go and play
and not-
drums for someone
Yes.
to back them up. It makes no fucking sense. Fucking
Yes, it does.
leave on helm, motherfucker. Leave on fucking helm.
He was a lead man at times
A lead man and a drummer.
that played the drums.
Yep.
He didn't play drums for someone else. He played drums for himself because he was singing and the lead man.
But he wasn't
an
even
obvious
always
pass.
the lead man. If you look at the band and
No,
you
you're
think
right.
lead man, you
You're
think
right. Not
Robbie
all the
Robertson.
time.
You think
Not
Robbie
all
Robertson.
the time, but most of the time.
But even then,
He
it's
was
like
the voice of the band.
it's just like when you
He
look at a
sang that most
band.
popular song. He, like, come
Again,
on. I mean, he
it's
was
not
the
like
lead
there's
man.
8 drummers in a band, Toby. It's not like this.
The band was a complicated one because they had so many different people that would sing songs too. That's a complicated. So you're talking about a more like communal look towards a band instead of a traditional look towards a band.
So if
because
you
a
were to look at
traditional
the-
look towards a band is there's one guy
okay,
or girl, don't discriminate.
right,
And there's people that make the noise that make them sound good.
right.
Right. I'm talking about the traditional aspect. There are communal bands like that. Like you could almost say the Dead was one back to that. Like because they had so many different
Yeah.
singers, writers, things to go through. But who the fuck ran that shit? Jerry. No fucking question about who was the lead, right?
But even then, like it's one of those things. But it's not like Bill and Mickey were there to make Jerry
even-
look good. That's not what it's
You're
for.
kidding,
That is,
right?
Oh my fucking! How
Would
can
you
see
love
it?
Jerry if
How
he was
can you see
playing
it
without
that way?
drums and shit?
What are you
wouldn't
talking about?
love him
There are
like you
plenty of
do,
shows.
unless he had a bunch of people backing him
That's
up.
not the point. That's not the point.
They were doing. Are
That's
you
not
saying
the
their
point.
intentions wasn't to help him?
No, it's
think
not.
it
Not to
was.
help one person. Not to help one person look good. No, we all want to
When
look
they
good.
hear, like
we
the
all want to play.
interviews
When
and
you
stuff,
look
you
at a
don't think
band,
they talk about like it was all about Jerry. Like
When
we were
you
just
look-
there to make him look.
when you look at a
good,
band,
like,
Toby, there's just
You don't
a
think they'd
drummer.
say
Like
that?
that's how a band is made up. Not every band is just to fucking fluff someone else's nuts and an ego. Like a band is there
That's
because
the
those.
whole point.
So you don't become a drummer to be like I am the band. I'm going to get out there and I'm just going to drum for myself.
But you do become the lead man to be that, right? Isn't there a clear
I
distinction
just don't
between?
understand what I don't understand why there's been a microscope put on me about this thing.
Oh,
that
no,
like
it's not
I was
about-
fucking like
okay, that's when you're
I
getting
was
defensive.
fucking
Hey,
I was passionate
no,
about
no.
like I did
That's not-
everything that I
you're-
could
that's
for
why
that music.
I was wondering
and
why
it
you're getting
feels like-
defensive.
it
We're
feels like now
debating, not arguing.
but that's
We're
fine,
debating.
But it's one of those things where it feels like it's gotten personal just
No,
because
let's
it's
get
been
away
put
from
in the
personal
context
stuff,
of
then.
our shit. Because like I will defend that music till the day I die.
Well,
Like
no,
I still
sorry.
have I
I'm
have
just
so much reverence.
I'm just debating the ideal of how we present music now. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know why you were getting so defensive and looking so weird for the past like 10 minutes. I honestly didn't know you were still thinking about. I thought we were using that as a reference.
Well, no, because you were telling me things about myself, and that's hard to handle in moments where you're telling me stuff about myself, and I'm being like, no, that's
But we're
not
debating
true.
the idea of it. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't
But
mean
that's
to
not
put
what
you.
that's not what was happening. You didn't convey that to me. You were just being kind of blamey, and that was kind of difficult for me
No.
to sit through.
You seemed really heated, and I was wondering. I was like, "Oh, he's into this debate really heavy with me."
Oh no,
I thought we were
was
good
pissed.
content, dude. I for real thought we were just doing content just then, and Davey just told me that he was genuinely upset.
Yeah.
Damn. Now I see you. Now I'm starting to see. What I saw, I thought was you putting on a little bit, but no, you're really mad.
Well, because
I'm debating the ideal of that that sacrifice and that
Okay.
ideal of it's just like a band is just cultish, right? It's like there's a leader, there's someone that puts them into position that makes them worth something, that gives them worth and value, and then people feed off of it, and everyone services the person that makes them worth it. Because that drummer, the drummer of U2, do you think that if you just heard the fucking drums, anyone would have bought that fucking album? No. He services Bono for his entire life. And or back to our original question, would you be, I don't even know the drummer's name. Would you be the drummer for Bono? Like, are you willing to sacrifice your creative intelligence? Because you don't think the drummer for U2 can write good songs and probably sing pretty good?
I mean, he probably
might.
But again, you don't know enough about U2 right
I
now,
know
Toby.
fucking Bono, and
Right.
that's
But you
what
don't
I'm saying.
know if there's a song that the drummer sings. You don't know what his
That's my
input
point is that I don't, and the only thing you think of U2 is Bono, and that's what it services the most.
Okay.
You don't agree that U2 services Bono
No.
and that he's the lead man?
That's it's fine if that's
You really
the way
think
you
the
want to
drummer
be.
because he made? Oh, that's just like saying the Beatles was about fucking. What was that one song?
Octopus's Garden.
What, do you think the Beatles? Do you really? Are you gonna make that argument to be like John Lennon?
So
And then be
Ringo
like,
was just
"No,
there to
Octopus's Garden,
back the
bro."
other three.
Fucking no shit. He serviced his whole life backing up one person and then gave up when they died. He serviced John Lennon. He didn't service McCartney. That wasn't why they were there. Like, there is a sole proprietor of these holes of music, right? I'm fixing a
guess.
hole.
I guess, man. I don't know. I don't
You
like.
don't agree.
I don't want to look at things like that. I could look at things like that if I wanted to. I see your point. I see your
Okay.
point. I see the point, but I don't agree with it. I fundamentally do not agree with that because
That's
that's, not
really
how
sweet.
that's not how I choose to view the world. That's not how I choose to view the endeavors that like I really cared about. I
So you're
really
thinking
cared about the band.
intentions of like, so you're saying like John Lennon may have valued Ringo as much as he did himself. That doesn't make the Beatles as an entity not serve him the
Right.
most.
But even then, like to take it back to us, when we were playing music, it wasn't like I was just waiting for the next time I got to take a solo. It wasn't.
But
I
again,
wasn't.
that's what I'm saying.
waiting.
What if he actually valued Ringo as an equal? That doesn't
Right.
make the Beatles not
you don't
service
really,
him.
Again, you don't have a choice but to view it that way when you're in it. You have to see it as like an equal opportunity lender, or you're a dick.
Okay,
like-
so could you play drums for the rest of your life for somebody? Now back to that.
I'm not a drummer, so that's if you were like if you
it's
could
a metaphor.
do I want to play?
Could
I
you
play
play
rhythm
backup-
guitar
backup? Yeah,
for somebody for forever? Sure,
Yeah. Okay.
sure. If I
It would have to be
believed in the
something
music,
amazing, and you have to believe in them.
yeah. If I believed in them and I believed in the music, yeah, I'll play guitar for you.
Yeah. So you play rhythm guitar for Frank Zappa back in the day.
Yeah, and I'd still do what I wanted to. I'd still do my shit on the side, but I'd probably be doing it as much as I'm doing my shit now, which is not.
You would be servicing
So-
Frank Zappa.
I would be servicing that music. There's a difference. I serve the music. I don't serve a person.
That's a that's a syntax
again,
thing,
like
I think.
I'm not gonna view it the way you do. I can see your point, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna concede to something like that I don't believe in.
You believe in communal music. You believe in music.
I believe
servicing
in
each
music.
other.
I believe that you service the
Can't
song.
say you believe in music.
I did. I just did, bitch.
It doesn't mean anything though.
I service the song. Have you never heard that term before? Service the song. You service that song. So whatever
Okay.
that song needs, you do what that song
So
needs.
you have to play the drums.
If
for the
that's
rest of
what
your
the
life for
song
Bono.
needed me to do, if I have to play drums for the rest of my life for you two and
For
be
you
rich
two.
as fuck,
You would do
sure.
it. What is
Sure.
it? The edge? No, the edge.
Edge is
he
the
play guitar.
guitarist. Yeah,
See, no one knows even the drummer's name, man.
dude, I'm sure a lot of
You-
people do.
I don't.
There are
I mean,
people
I'm not
whose favorite
well-versed,
band
but-
is.
Yeah, well, they would
U2.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'd also know fucking.
just like you know both
a
the
lot of
drummers'
drummers.
names for the Dead.
I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. I got to pee.
Okay, you want to call it? It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, bro, it's too late.
All right, we love you guys. Get at us on the social medias.
That was a real ass episode.
yeah, hell yeah,
That
it
was
was.
a deep dive.
Thanks for sticking
For
around
Tony
for that
Davey.
one, guys. We love you guys
Memory
very much.
Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Don't live on it.
Bye.
It's a sketchy street. A lot of crime. That's funny. There's a lot of crime on Memory Lane.
Okay, I like that.
That's a good shirt.